Hi.
What's up?
Welcome back, you gray son of a bitch.
Thank you. It's white.
Oh, that's true. Well, there's some gray mixed in
I
there.
don't know why they call it gray. It's not gray. It's white.
Well, but you do have gray.
But it's white.
Well, no, there's some gray, there's some white.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always thought of it as white.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Because I'm a white man.
Well, I guess there's shades if you're in there. Or are you saying that it's not really
I
gray?
thought it's all white.
It's all white?
I feel like it's all white now. I look like Santa Claus.
I always thought maybe a Brett Favre minus the $17 million fraud. Like, I don't really get a Santa vibe off of you. I think like Gordon Fisherman.
Well, I used to be a little salt and peppery, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not anymore. It's just all white. I'm old.
It's a lot of white.
I'm just an old man.
But you got the mustache, and there's some, you know.
Yeah, there's a little dark in there.
There's a little dark in there.
But that's not gray.
No. Well, I don't have any gray. Mine's white, but I've only gone white on one side. My kids informed me that I don't know what it is, but I'm only gray on one side. So apparently I'm aging in halves.
Yeah, I see it on both sides.
Yeah, but it's
more prominent.
It's more
on your
prominent
right side.
on the one. So
now I notice. We were just talking to him because our boss was in here. What's his name?
The little general or the big general?
No, not the little general.
That damn Dusty Hera.
Oh, Hera, yeah. He was on TV yesterday. He won't shut up. I'm tired of his ass already.
He was on TV.
Yeah, did you see him?
Trying to make it about himself.
Was that yesterday?
I don't know.
When did Oregon play?
No, that was not.
When was
Wait.
that? Was that
you see, I'll tell you what. I'm still in this weird mode where
all
the days mush together. Yes, that was yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that wasn't it. Because there were so many football games and it was so early. I'm under the impression that game was like 3 days ago. No, that was yesterday morning.
It feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, but it was not.
It was not.
9 a.m.
And when Oregon won,
yes,
our friend Dan Lanning was being interviewed on the field. You know, because he was the champion coach.
Friend of the program.
And guess who was interviewing him? Did you see this?
I did not.
You didn't stick around for that?
No, I didn't stick around for
that.
Yeah,
it was Dusty Hera.
Oh. Now, was this on the national broadcast?
Well, yeah, so he does the ESPN thing.
Yeah.
With the gal.
Yeah.
I forget who. And
I don't think, like on the SEC one, I think it was Laura Rutledge, but she wasn't there at the Orange Bowl. She can't be two places at once. So I don't know who was there.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But they always have some lady down there, and
But you always, sometimes you see it if you catch it. Like we're in the business.
Yeah.
So I like to watch for things like this. But some people may not care. But when the coach does his halftime interview with his first obligation, which is usually the major TV network.
Yes.
He then goes to his secondary obligation, which is usually the hometown radio.
Yeah.
And that's us.
That would be us.
And Dusty Hera
was
is
live
the sideline.
Yeah.
He's the sideline guy, so he does those interviews. And on TV, on ESPN, it captured Dan Lanning going from the hot over to the twink.
Over to our hot.
But
does that say something about us that our hot is the fan twink?
Yeah, like, except I don't know. I think the fan twink is now lowercase. Unfortunately, sorry, lowercase.
Oh, that's kind of true.
Because Dusty's old. Because what I'm getting at is Dusty, first of all, he's now in management.
Yeah.
So, you know.
When he's 40.
And
he's a man.
My wife goes, "Is that Dusty?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's Dusty. Look at him." And it got a very awkward shot of Dusty because Dusty was not performing for a camera. He was just doing his radio job. And they caught him. They were right up on his left ear. I mean, they were looking down his ear canal.
Laser focus.
What is an ear canal called?
I think it's the ear canal.
Okay. I thought there was like a name for it.
Well, you have your eardrum in there, but I believe it's just the ear canal.
Oh. He was looking down his labia. I don't know.
Wow.
What?
Whoa.
Just making sure Steven's paying attention over there. Ladies and gentlemen, new producer, Steven Vaughn.
What is going on?
Call him Stevie. He loves
my attention.
Wait, I can't hear Steven. Are you talking?
What? No. Sorry.
Why can't I hear him? Can you hear him?
I'm talking now.
Yeah, it's light, but I hear him.
Maybe I'll shut off my... Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We have a new bald guy on the show.
I know. Shockingly enough, a new bald white guy, because there's not enough of those in media.
So...
or Portland.
Yeah, right. 2026 brings us a new producer, Steven Vaughn, whom I think you've already introduced.
Yes.
We
had a whole thing.
We had a whole first date.
We did
learn about me.
We did a get to know you. We asked 10 questions. It was a whole thing. Yeah, we found out.
What did we learn? Give me the,
do you want him to give it to you? Or?
No, I want you, because I want to know what you took away from it.
Okay, well, he's a Milwaukee kid through and through. Full on Milwaukee.
Milwaukee Brewers?
No,
Milwaukee, Oregon. Come on now.
Yeah.
You know who's a resident of Milwaukee, Oregon now? The great Jack and Sherry Ropp.
Oh. Really?
of Salina, Kansas.
Well, they could be neighbors.
They are now
yeah.
Milwaukeeans.
I believe it's called Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you grew up in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grew up there. Still.
By the
live
way,
there.
I'm going to finish my Dusty story in a second. But
By the way, it is an ear canal officially. There is no.
it is.
It's just an ear.
I thought that was like a
No,
formal.
it's just.
Okay.
I looked up the diagram. It's the ear canal.
When I said the L word,
yeah.
that
made-
got Steven to perk up over there.
Well, it
And
made
that's
everyone.
what I
It
was.
made everyone a little uncomfortable.
Well, that's what we do here.
Well, you missed it the other day that lowercase dropped a T. He was talking about a Sydney Sweeney movie, and nonchalantly he just drops one of these. He goes, "Oh yeah, the first hour is great. It's just her."
It's
And,
just her
dropped the
tease.
T's.
Yeah.
Except he said the whole thing, and I like there was no dump, no nothing. We were all just sitting there, and lowercase was like, "What?
I don't think lowercase knows how to dump anything.
I don't think so. It was adorable.
And I'm pretty sure Steven doesn't yet either. So,
I think I could do it.
Okay.
You want to practice? Let's try it.
okay.
It's a work in progress.
So anyway, okay, what did you take
So
away
he's
from
he's a Milwaukee guy, local through and through.
Okay.
He's had very let's say an extensive range of jobs, but is settled in the media world. He's a big Blazer guy. He's a hoops guy.
Okay.
Played basketball at Concordia.
Tall guy, yeah.
Yeah, back when he had hair.
Yeah.
We have determined that if the fan had a basketball team, Steven would dominate.
I'd
our
win
guy.
for sure.
He'd
100%.
win.
Yeah.
He does not want to be called Stevie.
Okay.
I was like Stevie Vaughn. And he's like, yeah, no, that's not about
Which
it.
I knew 100% meant it's gonna happen all
Yeah.
the time.
I now just want to call him Little Stevie.
Yeah, see, he already gets the bit. He
Yeah.
knows that if you say you don't want something,
Yeah.
it's not me,
No.
but I'm pointing at the guy.
It's for the
who's
content.
gonna
It's all
make sure-
content.
yeah.
He's an OG. We're
What
into
does
the
that
we're
mean?
into the hippity hop.
Oh,
He's,
okay.
he's about that. He's about that world.
All
He's about
right.
that life.
Yeah, you look pretty street.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, Milwaukee, baby.
Yeah.
Mean streets.
Straight Milwaukee.
Okay.
And it was pretty cool when I asked. I said, if you had like a bucket list, you could do one thing, and he went with take his kid to the Blazers championship parade, which I thought was pretty solid.
Which I also added will never happen because
Yes.
the Blazers suck and they'll never win. So
How old's your kid?
I got two. I got
Got two.
He's 11 and he's really into the Blazers now. And then I have a younger one. He just turned 7.
Okay.
Oh, we also found out this maybe a bigger gambler degenerate than you are.
Is that right?
That's true, man.
When I asked him, because I had a carefully, I wanted to get to know
We shall bond.
little Stevie. And so I was like, hey, let's, I got a nice little cultivated list of questions. And I did give me the perfect day. Don't give me something horse crap about your kids and wife. If Steven has a day to kill, what is he doing? And you know what he threw out there?
Casino. Hell yeah.
Casino, little sports book.
That's right.
And I was like, all right. Yeah,
Couple drinks,
Yeah, a couple
Little craps, little
Oh
blackjack.
my God, yes.
Yeah.
You are a man after my own
And
heart.
so I was like, well, there you go. I'm like, you're going to fit in just
fine.
Just fine.
Well, welcome, Steven. It's nice to
Yes.
have you. And lowercase, trained by lowercase, which is, how wild is that?
Well, and that was the other thing I pointed out, because
What the hell is
you
happening?
were gone out last week, so it was me and it was lowercase, and then Steven was shadowing, and I did point out on the air, I was like, you're literally shadowing someone that has no idea what he's doing.
I think you're shadowing someone who is shadowing.
The slander will not be tolerated,
Oh,
folks.
well, I mean, look, it's a little odd. You're like 17 years old.
He was terrified to hit any hotkey, and just at least 3 to 4 times a show, I would look over there, and lowercase had that look of fear. It was like that in a movie where you get ready to cut the bomb, blue wire, red wire. That's lowercase getting ready to hit any button. He's like, we're gonna try this one.
That club that I was on, Suk, he did mess up at least twice.
Yes. And so we were sitting there, and I was like, how on earth is Steven shadowing lowercase? I'm like, let's do this.
There's really no one else to shadow.
It was kind of fun. It was the learning game for
Who else is going to teach him?
I guess that's the show,
Well, the best part is now if Steven screws up, he can just do that. I'm just doing what I was taught.
That's what Casey taught me.
Casey
I
taught you.
can't help it.
Right.
I can't help myself.
Just in there mashing buttons.
God.
You should have been here though for the new Sydney Sweeney movie. It's great. The first hour is just her.
Well, that means lowercase is already pretty comfortable on the air.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, he shook
we
off.
want.
He shook off the nerves.
Yeah. Although he's got a Steelers hoodie and a Yankees hat on, which,
Yeah, we talked about that.
bro, that's
Yeah, it's
anyway. So I was watching Dan Lenning
Yeah.
go from the hot over to Dusty,
Mm-hmm.
and the camera was right in Dusty's left
Ear canal.
ear canal.
Yeah.
And you could see all the gray hair. So my comment,
Oh, he had the ear hair.
well, not the ear hair. He
Oh.
had the gray hair in his beard.
Oh, okay.
He has since, I just saw him a little bit ago, he has since shaved it down.
You think someone pointed it out?
Well, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, they're like,
Oh, I certainly did.
they're like, hey man, look a little rough there on TV. That camera will,
Well, look, he's
that
not.
HD camera.
He's not young.
No, he's 40
None
now.
of us are
He's
young.
a man. He's 40.
We have no young guys here except for lowercase.
Who's like 12. We don't know. I don't know how old Casey is, but he looks like he's 12.
So
He said 24.
yeah, he's 24. So my wife, he's younger than my kid.
Yeah.
So my wife goes, "Is that Dusty?" I'm like, "Yeah." Look at Dusty, and she goes, "Yeah, he's getting gray." I'm like, ooh. So we saw because the camera just showed the left side of his face, much like yours.
Yeah.
Where your gray is coming. Gray always comes in on the cheeks,
Yep.
on the beard,
The mutton chops.
or the white. I mean,
Yeah.
the white.
Yeah.
And Dusty has some of that now.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to report that to the people so you guys know.
Happens to the best of us, man.
Yep.
We're
So
we're all getting old.
the whole point there is that he is no longer the fan twink. You can't be the fan twink and have white hair.
No, we've moved on to
Lowercase.
yeah.
Lowercase
Yeah.
is the new fan twink.
Dusty has moved on. Is he the DILF? Is he the fan DILF?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think
where?
that's
yeah,
right.
that's where we've gone with
that's
this.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and I are.
We've we're just
We're gilfs.
yeah, we're just old at that point. I don't know. We're just like, have you ever seen like The Lighthouse? We've just moved on to old fishermen. Like if you put us in a watch cap and like a cable knit sweater, at that point you and me are just running a lighthouse somewhere in Maine, just pulling on some lobster. I think that's where we've officially gone.
All right. Well, it's good to be back, sort of.
Yeah, I understand.
But it's only a day.
Yeah, you got a 1-day work week.
Yeah, and then I got
I had to work all week. I had to do a post-game or a pre-game show, for God's sakes.
for what?
Meet for the Orange Bowl.
Really?
Yeah, I had to work on New Year's Eve.
Yesterday? Or wait, Thursday? Wait, Tuesday?
You're doing great.
what was
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. The fan Dilf over there is putting together special pre-game shows. Made me work on New Year's.
Oh my
Man's a
God.
slave driver.
Bro. That wouldn't have flown with me.
No. There's a reason why I don't think you were invited for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, you want to come in? Nope.
Nope.
Let's all be surprised when I don't show up.
That's one of those. Why don't you pick a time that I'm supposed to be here,
Yeah.
not tell me, and then we'll both be surprised when that time comes and goes and I'm not there.
Well, it's exciting times. We got a new year. We're back.
Mm-hmm.
We're back together. We got a new producer, Steve, in here. It's a whole new. It's just everything's new.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Except for us.
And you.
And me. Yeah.
Still here.
Still here. After
So-
all these years. Another one.
We're gonna do another year.
Yeah.
Oregon won. I did see that,
Yes.
and they won 23-0.
Yeah.
That's what I'm told.
That was the least surprising game of them. I know some people were trying to make that out to be like this was going to be some battle, but
Well, I mean, the point spread was close.
I never bought into Texas Tech's offense. That game went as about the way I thought it would go. I just thought Texas Tech would score some points.
They didn't score a point.
They didn't score a point.
They didn't really even come close.
Well, I mean,
Did
they got down in the red zone the one time and then proceeded to throw one of the worst interceptions you'll ever see. Texas Tech's offense and defense were both Denny Green. They were exactly what we thought they were, and
How many first downs did they get?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look that up. Not for a while. I mean, they didn't have one for a while. It was bad. And if you take out the one long run on the missed tackle on the Betcher one where the guy went 55 yards, dude, they had I want to say they had 26 yards through 3 quarters. It was brutal.
Well, would you like to talk about it?
Yeah, we can get into it.
I think we should talk. Yeah, I think we should.
Because as much
what we do.
as much as I was dead on that one,
Oh, they had 10 first downs.
they had 10 first downs. Most of those came later. As spot on as I was with that one, I couldn't have been more off in the two. I was pretty confident that the two best teams, and this is why I thought it broke well for Oregon, I thought the two best teams in the tournament by far were on the other side, and neither one of them is playing right now. So
They're both gone.
yeah, they're both gone. So those were the two that I was like,
You don't know anything.
what? No.
Let's
No,
talk
I
about
don't.
it. All right, we'll start with college football playoff talk. The Ducks win. We'll get into it. Coming up next, here on The Fan.
Oregon Ducks football is on the Fan.
Dante wants to snap, got to get a run right, stop and throw deep. Got it wide open. Benson, touchdown Oregon! Malik Benson got behind. Dante Moore with a little shuffle up.
Pre-game, game action, and post-game coverage of the Oregon Ducks.
great. I loved every minute of it, every second of it. I like the primetime promos during primetime. I think that's great. I blame that on the little general.
There you go.
He hadn't sold a thing in 3 weeks.
No one's done anything in 3 weeks.
Just play a promo. Well, I tell you, is everyone back at work? Because it feels very holiday-y still.
No, I think the rest of the company is still technically on vacation.
Well, I just mean the world, not the world, but the U.S. Like, are people?
No, I think Monday it probably starts.
Yeah, I think people took Friday off.
This is still kind of one of those general. Like my gal had to go back to work today. She's working from home, and let me tell you, that was
not much is getting done.
Yeah, we're like an old man going into a bath. There is going to be a slow lean in here, and then somewhere around, I'm guessing next Wednesday or Thursday, real commerce will start again in the world.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ducks won. You heard it here.
Yep.
On the fan. At least I think we played it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I know it for a fact.
They did dominate Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
A very workmanlike effort, I thought.
Yeah,
from the Ducks.
It's not going to win any beauty contests.
No,
but, you know,
but doesn't matter.
No. Well, and you are a big believer of saying this. Two things can be true at the same time, right? You can have a dominant defensive effort, and that's certainly what Oregon had, and you can have really crappy offense. Like, I don't think Oregon was dominated too by Texas Tech's front seven. But I don't think Oregon played necessarily bad football. I think they ran into a really good front that kind of put the kibosh on what you were doing. I think Texas Tech was equal parts. Oregon's defense is good. In fact, I'll go a step further. Like, if Oregon's going to win a national championship, and there is a real chance they win a national championship, when you look at the talent profiles of the 4 teams left, Oregon is by far the most talented team. If they win a national championship, it's not going to be because of their offense. It will be the defense. And so give their defense credit. That was a really great defensive performance. Anytime you pitch a shutout. But that was equal parts Oregon being really, really good on defense and Texas Tech being really, really bad on offense. And if you had done a little digging into Texas Tech, we tried to tell you, this is not a good offense. The numbers that they were throwing up were largely inflated, 1, by weak competition, and 2, by their defense giving them short fields and turnovers. But if you actually watch Texas Tech play, this was by no means an offense that was going to scare you. But not only is it an average offense, but it also faced the best defense they were going to play, and it was the worst outing that Morton and really that entire offense had put up all year. The layoff, you throw that in there, and it was just a recipe for disaster. Texas Tech did nothing. I mean, nothing.
So all the layoff teams?
1-7.
Yeah. Last 2 years, you mean?
Yeah. So
except for Indiana,
which
they look great.
I love the fact that Cignetti and the Indiana Hoosiers are the one team to give that the middle finger. So, like I've always said, just be careful about making sweeping judgments on small sample size. But after 1-7, and seeing some of the favorites, Ohio State looking beyond flat, Georgia looking flat, last year Oregon looking flat. Look, I think there's obviously something, whether we want to acknowledge it off the, in the back of our mind or not, that's obviously a thing. And I'm willing to wager right now that next year this won't be the case. They will change this.
What do you mean? Like move it up?
There will not be the 4 buys. There will be a new format next year. They're not going to roll into this anymore. Your reward for finishing as one of the top 4 teams is not going to be a month off.
So you're saying a 16-team field, probably.
16 field or something will change.
Well, not 6.
16. Did I say 6?
You did.
I'm sorry.
They're not going to decrease the field.
Something will happen. I don't know about the home field stuff because the attendance was bad, but the numbers were great on TV. But the format is going to change. They will 1-7 2 years in a row, and the favorites being knocked out and looking very flat.
Yeah, they look terrible.
This will not be a thing next
Except
year.
for Indiana. So how do you explain Indiana?
Well, and that's what I just said. I love the fact that the one team to take that and shove it where the sun don't shine is Curt Cignetti. And I'm not going to be ashamed of this. I know we're the home of the Ducks. I love Indiana. I absolutely love everything that Indiana's doing. I think it's the best thing to happen in college football in years. I love that red-ass Cignetti and his weird Johnny Unitas haircut. I love his mannerisms. I think that team is incredible. And I know you have to root for Oregon. We're the home of the Ducks and all that.
Well, I don't have to root for anybody.
But, dude, if Indiana...
But I ain't rooting for the Hoosiers.
If Indiana wins this whole thing, that will be the greatest story in college football history.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. I mean, like, what would that even...
There's not another. There just isn't. There's not another one that
Like, give me what is currently the greatest story in college football in terms of a one season?
Well, I mean, the sport has never lent itself to Cinderellas because, one, the system didn't allow it, right? You never got a true playoff. And unlike other sports, you can't really scheme around a lack of talent. It ends up, it's the best athletes. So there just isn't anything like this. If you wanted to say like Georgia Tech back in the day getting a split of a national title or Colorado or something.
Hey, wasn't that your year? Was that BYU?
No, BYU was 84.
Who Georgia Tech split with?
Georgia Tech split with, in fact, I think they may have split with Colorado. I think that might have been the year they split with Colorado.
Well, Indiana's got talent, though.
Yeah, but when you look at the talent profile, they do not. Like, it is not.
Sure they do.
No,
I know what you're saying.
Yes.
You're saying it's not as high as most champions, but that doesn't mean they don't have talent. I mean,
No.
it's not like they're not like. No, I'm trying to think of a team that. It's not BYU.
No.
No offense.
Yeah. But when you look at Indiana, when you look at, again, from a talent profile, when you look at composite rankings, they shouldn't be here. This is the greatest outlier.
And they're kicking everyone's ass, too.
Yeah,
well,
they're not
they
just-
didn't kick Ohio State's ass, but.
They beat them.
Yeah, and I just feel like.
And they beat Oregon at Oregon,
They're
and they took
clearly
Bama
the best team.
Yes.
They are clearly the best team.
Yes.
That's what's wild about it. It's not that you've got a team that maybe isn't quite talent-wise where the other teams are. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's just, well, one, it's part of it is that it's Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Like when's the last time they were any good at anything?
They're not.
Well, not
Basketball.
Basketball. But I just mean in football, when's the last time they were any good?
They've never been.
So it's that. It's like they're just a kind of a joke of a football school. That's part of it.
Yeah.
But it's also how they're like they dominated Alabama.
Yeah. Slapped 'em.
They came into Autzen and just that I know it was a close game. It was 30-20.
They beat them at all three phases.
But dude, they handled Oregon.
yes.
I mean, it's
Yeah. I in my own eyes, I don't want to believe what I'm seeing with Indiana. I didn't believe them last year. I didn't believe them this year. And I hate to say this, I think Oregon will beat them. And yet that's like what my brain is telling me, but I'm not going to say it because Indiana keeps proving me wrong. Every time I doubt that team, they find a way. I thought they were going to get bullied when they got to Autzen. They did not. In fact, they were the bullies. I thought Ohio State was going to overwhelm them with talent. That didn't happen. And then I went with Ohio State probably didn't really care. And, we'll see what happens. And then the layoff thing. And I'm like, man, that layoff has been huge for everybody. And here comes the Bama team that got a little healthy. No, they just came right out.
Close.
They came out right from the get-go and buried them. And so at this point, dude, doubt Indiana at your own peril.
Totally. Well, what changed though? And not to spend too much time on the Hoosies here.
Yeah.
Because we've got other things to talk about. But what changed because last year they did get out talented.
Yes.
In other words, Ohio State just showed they had better talent.
Yeah.
Notre Dame beat them, didn't they?
Yes. Physically just beat them up.
So what changed?
I do think that this team is better than the one before. I think they went into the portal again, and I think Mendoza obviously has been an upgrade there. And I think another year in this system and another year of just adding the right pieces coming into this, I think they are a better team than they were last year. And not only are they a better team, but like they're not getting pushed around. Like it's not a big defensive line, and yet the way they play and the scheme in which they play, they just give people fits. And
what team matches up best with them that's left in the tournament?
I mean,
because you're saying they're clearly the best team. Is there a team that can actually knock them off?
well, I think Oregon and Miami can both. I mean, anyone.
Well, I think any of the three teams
Any of the
can there.
three, like there's no team left that if you told me they won a national title with the exception of Ole Miss, and that's mainly just because of the coaching situation, but there is no more.
Miami could beat Indiana.
Miami can beat Indiana. Oregon can beat Indiana. They can because I think those teams are just more talented. But when I look at what Indiana does, Indiana is the best definition of this is what we do. We don't beat ourselves. We don't make any mistakes. And we are going to play with our hair on fire. And they play to a specific skill set and a system better than anyone in the country.
The wild card Signetti, like he's the best coach.
Yes.
Like
He is the best.
Like
Yes.
I can't trust Cristobal.
No.
Oh God, no.
No.
Right.
Oh
and
my
so,
God.
So like if you're telling me it's Signetti versus Miami in the title game, I'm going Indiana all day.
Don't you think it favors? Yes, I would too. I would never trust Mario Cristobal to
Never.
win it to finish this off. They looked good. You got to give him credit. He's done a great job this year. But come on, the Mario Cristobal effect is real.
Yeah.
And so we're just waiting for it to rear its ugly head.
Yeah.
But Indiana Oregon. I think it helps Oregon that they've already seen it once.
I think it's a huge advantage.
That's a big deal.
Which is why I said going into this, I think Oregon got a really good draw in that I thought the two best teams in the tournament were on the other side of the bracket. By the way, both of those are gone. Those would be the two teams that scared me. You got a knock the rust off game against James Madison, which offered you no resistance at all. You got a Texas Tech game that I didn't think their offense was going to be able to do anything to threaten you. That turned out to be true. And now you get Indiana. And one thing about Indiana is their defensive scheme is very complex. The way they play their three safeties, the way they rotate coverage, they give you a lot of different looks, much like they do in the NFL, and it confuses a lot of people. And if you watch, I think they sacked Dante Moore 5 times. Most of those were coverage sacks or confusion sacks. And I think they put him in a blender. I think they put Ty Simpson in a blender. They put Julian Sain in a blender. I think having another go-round, it's like if you face Paul Skeens or one of these guys that throws high 90s and then has a nasty breaking ball, if you've never seen it before, it's a knee buckler. But the second, third time around, you're like, okay, I've adjusted to this. So I think it is actually a really big advantage for Oregon to see Indiana a second time and be like, okay, this is what they did to us. Yeah. They're not going to do it again. We are going to take away what Indiana does well. And that was a really close game. So can Indiana beat Oregon? Yes, they proved that they can go into Autzen and beat them. But I think this is going to be the bigger advantage in this game from having played before is not the confidence of Indiana knowing it can beat Oregon. It's going to be Oregon seeing the schemes of Indiana's defense for a second time through the lineup.
All right, well, we'll have all week next week. Well, 4 days anyway, to talk about Indiana and Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
We're just so excited.
Well, yeah, I mean,
what a great matchup.
And this is awesome. This is everything you want.
It is awesome.
The chance for Oregon to right the one wrong they've had this year. And if you do this, you get a chance to play for a national title. I mean, can you imagine Mario and Lanning, Miami and Oregon? I mean, my God, that's like dream scenario, though.
Well, don't forget about the Ole Miss story.
Yeah, dude.
That's a great story.
It is, but
I'd like to see them win without.
I'm terrified of Lane pulling coaches.
Wait, what?
You haven't seen this?
Well, hold on. Just
hold
on. Yeah. Slow down. We're gonna wrap up the weekend, it wasn't a weekend, but the quarterfinals coming up next, okay?
Yeah.
Calm down. Sit. You sit.
I got it.
Okay, I think we're going to Steven with a V. Sven.
Little Stevie.
It's definitely not a PH, I can tell you that.
Yeah, somebody was RJ was asking.
I'm actually offended when people say Steven with a PH. That's
Why?
Stefan.
Oh, Stefan, yeah.
Yeah, it's not Steven.
Look, you can't be from Milwaukee and be a Steven with a PH.
Well, look, if you're with a PH and they call you Steve, how are they spelling it? Tell me that.
It's a valid point.
Great point.
Thank you.
Stefan's not from Milwaukee, all right? Stefan's from West Lynn. Steven's from Milwaukee.
Stefan's got money. Steven doesn't.
Here's Steven. Sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on Fan, Oregon Ducks dominated the Texas Tech Red Raiders on Thursday, and they won 23-0. Freshman Jordan Davison, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Brandon Finney Jr., 2 INTs and a fumble recovery. Now up for the Ducks. A game against the Indiana Hoosiers next Friday. Indiana is a 4-point favorite in that one. It's going to be a 4:30 kickoff. That one's from Atlanta, so keep it locked in on the Fan for all your Ducks coverage. We'll have that game also on Friday. The 14-20 Portland Trailblazers back in action tonight on the road in New Orleans, taking on the Pelicans. Blazers 3.5-point road favorites. Portland has won 2 in a row. They're looking for the third. They'd call that a winning streak. And they're going up against the worst team in the Western Conference in the Pelicans. Steelers pass rusher TJ Watt, he says he feels no limitations. He's excited to play as the Steelers and Ravens face off in Week 18. Also in that game for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, the former MVP, he fully practiced today. He'll be good to go. Winner of that game will be the AFC North champion. And that's the Sunday night game. Tomorrow we got a big one as well. Seahawks, they travel to Santa Clara, taking on the 49ers for the 1 seed in the NFC. Seahawks 2.5-point road favorites in that one. You can also listen to that game live on the Fan. For more sports and scores in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue. Weekdays 10 to 1.
safety in the middle of the field look. And so I think, and again, I'm not in the film session. So when you see that, if there's a safety in the middle of the field, you can't throw that.
Yeah, so he probably saw the safety and went, "Oh crap, I can't throw it."
Yes.
Even though if he goes over the top.
If he goes over the top. So if you look, and this is where I think sometimes I laugh a little bit when people, people show a highlight of something and they're like, "Oh, look where he's open." So he takes the snap, goes back. And if that's his first read, and again, I don't know where what the progression is, but he sees Sadiq going up the seam, and then he's running that little post in the middle. There is a single high safety sitting right in the middle of that. That usually is an indicator you're not going to throw that football. The problem is, I don't know what the safety did, but he just kind of froze. He stopped. And I don't know if he was looking at something underneath, but Sadiq ended up getting over the top. But by the time that happened, in Dante Moore's head, that's probably, oh crap, I've moved on to something else. Or, hey, I'm bleeding, I've been hit a bunch, and now I've got this guy bearing down on me, and it's probably a little too late. But yeah, that is hindsight. When you look back at that, you're going to be like, oh, I should have ripped that ball. Just like Baron Morton had too, where he's going to watch the film and be like, I can't believe I threw that. It's easier said than done. So yeah, there was some stuff left out there, but I give Texas Tech a lot of credit. That is the best defense that Oregon saw. And while Oregon moved the ball a little bit at times, like everyone else that Texas Tech played, you really couldn't get anything sustained on them.
So you said this before. I don't want to float your boat too much, but you said Baron Morton sucks. Are we going to give the Ducks defense all the credit for that, or is that a Texas Tech problem?
It's equal parts.
He does suck.
He's not good.
Oregon's defense played great.
I tried to tell
the thing about Morton was they were really explosive this year.
Yes.
Like they were terrible in the red zone.
Yes.
But they would hit explosives. And a lot of that was just they're playing in the Big 12.
Yeah.
You're not playing defenses like Oregon every week.
Nope.
So of all the quarterbacks in the quarterfinals, one of these things is not like the other, and it was Baron Morton.
Yeah.
And so you knew Oregon. That's why I thought this would be just a dogfight, because Oregon's defense. I mean, everybody's talking about Texas Tech's defense, and rightly so. But Oregon's defense wasn't getting any love, and it's like, dude, they are going to own that Texas Tech offense.
So I think I said it was going to be something like, I thought it was like 17-10, maybe 21-13, something like that. I thought that Texas Tech would eventually get something. No, they didn't. Anytime they threatened,
I do think Oregon's defense played great.
Oregon's defense played really good.
They're underrated.
Yes, and I think their receivers had a really hard time getting any sort of separation. Morton played a really bad game. I also thought Texas Tech's game plan in general was kind of wonky. I mean, they really have built their entire offense basically on throwing go balls. Yeah. And they really didn't take any shots. And the one that they did, finally they hit the one that got him down into the red zone where the interception was. But I thought they outthought the room and really went away from what they were doing. And again, 4 turnovers, it was a suffocating effort. So it was the best defense they've played. Their offense was largely overrated by playing poor defenses and getting extra possessions in short fields due to their defense. And their defense didn't do that. The one turnover Oregon did have was essentially a punt. It was on 4th down, and they actually lost yardage intercepting the ball. And Oregon never really gave them an inch to breathe, and never, the one time that they threatened, Morton threw a pick in the end zone on a ball that under no circumstances should you throw.
Yeah, I guess looking deeper, though, that, like somebody texted and said the score should have been 5,000-0. It really felt like that.
Yeah.
Especially at halftime. It's like, whoa, dude, they're letting them hang around.
The fact that it was 6-0, that's the only time I was scared. Well,
of course, because a lot of times the bye team wakes up in the second half, and you let a team hang around like that, they adjust, they figure something out. Texas Tech did not have that.
This isn't new from Lanning, though, guys.
No, it isn't.
He's going to go for it on 4th down.
Well, that's what I was about to ask. Is I feel like, okay, so you put Texas Tech to bed. You were the better team. You were the more complete team, and you proved it. Yeah. There is nothing to criticize about that game. Okay. They did go 4 of 19 on 3rd down. But I just mean, look, they dominated the game. They won the game. Okay. Yeah. But moving forward, you got to worry a little bit about their offense, don't you?
Yes.
Particularly playing Indiana, who's the best defense in the country. And then whether it be Miami or Ole Miss, probably Miami. I think Miami's going to be in the final.
I would rather see Ole Miss than I would Miami.
Yeah. Miami's defense is nasty.
Yes.
The only problem with Miami is Cristobal.
Yeah.
And he's not really a problem until he is.
No.
So he's not always a problem, but he can be.
I think at this point, right?
But Oregon's offense. Let's talk about Oregon's offense. I want to talk about Oregon's offense.
Yeah, and this is where I'll people can call me a hater and all that. It's not hating. At this point, we have a large sample size.
Yes.
Right?
Large enough.
It's large enough.
It's very uneven.
Yes. It is an uneven offense that has a lot of talent that doesn't all quite gel together. I would say that the sum of their parts is not greater than the individuals. And a lot of that is, I think there's a lot of youth, right? And the other part is, and I've been trying to tell people that will listen and everyone gets mad at me, their old line is not great. It's just not. It's a good old line. Isaiah World and Harkey are their two tackles, and they're fine. They're not elite. And they show you that again. Inside, I really love Pregnon and Poncho. They're both really good players. Against smaller people that can get across their face, there's a problem. And what did Indiana do? What did Texas Tech do? They got across their face. I think some of the bad snaps that Poncho had was he was worried about having to move in front of a fast, quick, stunting defensive line. And then their right guard isn't very good. So you can mush up Oregon's run game. And when you mush up Oregon's run game and then it goes into a pure drop back pass, yes, Dante Moore is really good and there's some talent on the outside, but nothing they do in the passing game terrifies you. It's not a super explosive passing game. And if you can tackle and play in space, and Texas Tech can, Indiana can, and they don't give up big plays, they can force Oregon to go like anyone else does, 15 plays, and there's the idea of we can stall you out. And we've seen teams do this, where Oregon moves the ball, and then they stall out on fourth down, or they have a holding penalty, or they get a sack, and it sets themselves back, which is why I said this is a good offense. Is it a championship offense? I don't think it is, but I think the way their defense plays, I think this offense can be good enough. But if they win a national championship, it will be led by the defense and the offense will be good enough. And I think it is, but yes, that is right now, that is a weak link, because when you look at the better teams that they've played, right? If we're going to go Washington, we're going to go Iowa, we're going to go Indiana, we're going to go Penn State, and we're going to say Texas Tech. Through large portions of each one of those games for 3+ quarters, the offense kind of spun its tires.
Well,
and that's okay. That's fact.
But again, we're on the home of the Ducks.
Yes.
Everybody knows that, but we're not homers here. You guys know that about us. And I will say, I don't think it is championship caliber. I don't think Oregon is going to win the championship. And the reason I don't think they're going to win the championship is because of their offense. Dude, you're now getting into, Texas Tech was an elite defensive front.
Yes.
And they did all right. Mm-hmm. But you're going to have to be better against Indiana.
Yes.
Because Indiana also has an offense to come with that defense.
If their offense plays the way they did against Texas Tech, they will lose that game.
Well, yeah. And that's their offense though. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't have a good feeling about the Indiana game because of their offense. Oregon's offense is too uneven, it seems. But we talked about this while you were gone too, but it's like you get to this point in the season, there's enough sample size that this is who they are.
Yes.
It's not going to change.
No, it's not magically going to wait.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like, oh, well, next week their offense needs to be a lot better. It's not going to be a lot better because you're going against just as tough of a defense, and this is what Oregon's offense is. I like Dante Moore a lot. Mm-hmm. He's really good, and you can tell he's really well coached.
Yeah.
But he needs more experience. I mean, we forget Dante Moore only has, I think we talked about it on the show a couple weeks ago.
4 or 5 at UCLA, and then however
14 starts?
Well, at Oregon now he's got what?
Well, no, it's more than that. Okay, so it's like 15, 16.
Yeah, because he had 4 or 5 at UCLA before he was benched, and then this year at Oregon.
Just for comparison, Dylan Gabriel had 60-some starts.
Yes.
Bo Nix had 60-some starts.
Yes.
That is a big... Dante Moore with 50 starts under his belt is a different Dante Moore than this Dante Moore.
100%.
And that's why I like him. I think he's really good, but I don't see him taking them all the way. And that's okay. Yeah. That's okay. First of all, I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
Because they are very talented, but it just does not seem like a championship offense.
I thought that
Indiana has both.
Yes.
Miami has an interesting... Well, they're interesting because their offense is kind of like Oregon's.
Yeah.
They can run the ball.
Yeah.
But Beck's a little uneven, but he's a lot more... I think he's a lot more experienced than
Yes.
Moore, right?
Yeah.
But then you don't have Dan Lanning over there. You have Cristobal, who will cowardly punt his way to getting beat. But then you have Ole Miss, who's like, this is a great Final Four.
Yeah.
Indiana's complete. We know what they are. it's going to take a hell of an effort to beat them.
And Ole Miss's defense is not very good, and they have all the coaching stuff.
But Chambliss is great.
He is.
That guy's awesome. And no Lane Kiffin, and then their defensive coordinator takes over. Yeah. It'd be great to see them in the final without Lane Kiffin and shove it up. We don't need Lane Kiffin. Just turn it over to this guy. But it's just it's a cool Final Four because I feel like Miami, Oregon, and Ole Miss are all kind of in the same same pool, and Indiana is not. Indiana is going to need to be upset. No, turnovers. But a bad game.
But the fun thing about Indiana is because you mentioned we got an Achilles heel for all of these teams, and the only weird one, the Achilles heel for Indiana is they don't fit the profile. No one has ever won a national title with the talent level of Indiana, and so we've seen teams get to this point or close to it, right? Whether that was TCU that made their run and they got drilled, or Washington when they got to play Michigan. We've seen teams that are on paper not as talented, and then when push comes to shove, they get overwhelmed. And so I think that's what you look at for Indiana, and you're like, this just doesn't happen. And so.
But they're not going to get overwhelmed.
I don't think so.
Who's going to overwhelm them?
I don't know.
They just ran through Alabama and Ohio State, dude. You think Oregon and Miami are going to overwhelm them?
It's so
They've
weird.
already beaten Oregon.
It's just we haven't seen it. So, but that's what I'm saying is their only Achilles heel is the historic. What would you say? The historic trend going against them.
The 140 years of college football. That's what they have against them.
But what is different is that the system has changed to allow a school like Indiana to compete.
Yeah.
This is a different era.
Yeah.
It's the NIL era.
Signetti is
and the coach.
Well, they got the coach. You got the right coach. But you also now have, when you hire the right coach, he is not behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
You do this right, get the right transfers, get the right fits, you can win. You would not have been able to do that 25 years ago.
No, you can't.
Now in this system you can, and Indiana is showing that they are. That is what this is, and they are capable of winning a title, obviously.
Look, I'll tell you
and
what.
if they do, it might change the paradigm for a lot of schools.
It might.
Who are trying to keep up but haven't, caught their, found their footing yet.
I'll tell you, I don't care whether it's Oregon or Indiana. Or the only one I don't want to see, to be honest with you, is Miami. I can't handle Michael Irvin. Plus, he's going to die of a heart attack.
Dude, how much testosterone is running through that man's body?
Well, that and cocaine.
I thought you said cocaine, not testosterone.
Well, both.
What
a combo.
I know. He is just.
I'd like to see the cocaine.
Did you see his abs though?
Yeah.
How old is he?
That's the testosterone. He's like 60. That's the testosterone. Sheesh. And you stay lean you can't have a weight problem and a cocaine problem.
Would you like to see that Venn diagram?
Yeah, what is it? The F around it, or the crazy hot matrix? Yeah. I need to see the testosterone and the cocaine. God. He may spontaneously explode.
I think that'd be great. That'd be the best part of Miami winning the title is Michael Irvin just blows up on the
hugs him and he just explodes.
Yeah.
Just down he goes. So I don't want to live in a world where Miami wins one, but Ole Miss doing it would be fun, and Indiana and Oregon would both be fun. I just love that we have some new blood.
Yeah, all four are great stories.
Every one of them's a great story.
Do you know the most recent champion alive is Miami?
Miami,
yeah, which is crazy.
Well, it's weird because Miami is a traditional. I mean, at one point Miami was the best program in the country, and then they went on a 25-year hiatus, and then it's like, we're back, bitches, with Mario Cristobal. Come on. And by the way, they damn near didn't get into the whole thing.
I know.
And yet here they are.
Hey, guess who has a pretty hefty future ticket on Miami?
Do you?
Placed in July.
Oh.
When they got Carson Beck, I was like, that's interesting.
Well, for a couple weeks. And this is the other cool thing about the system that I love.
So I'll be rooting. Well, I just want to tell you, I have to root for my wallet.
Yeah.
My pocketbook.
I just love that much like the NFL
because there's nothing in it.
Yeah. Christmas.
And I need something in it.
I understand. I just love that the system now allows for a team to go through kind of the ups and downs of a season and be playing your best ball at the end and still get to win a national title.
That's
we
right.
saw it with Ohio State. I hate this crappy thing where you have to be perfect all year. I love that you can have some warts and still have an opportunity to do it. And that would be Miami if they get a chance to do it, because they certainly had their warts and we wrote them off, and here they are.
All right, one last thing. We got a comment on Will Stein. That's an interesting one that a lot of Duck fans are talking about. We'll do that next to wrap up the hour here on The Fan.
Do you want him to give it to you? Or?
No, I want you.
The Oregon Ducks live on The Fan.
Gonna keep it, run right. Oh, no doubt. Touchdown, Bryce Betcher.
We've got you covered all game day long. Ducks Game Day, presented by Coors Light, 4 hours before kickoff. Every Ducks football game.
Touchdown, Kenyon Sadiq!
And the Dick Hanna dealership's post-game show after. The home of the Ducks is the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The Fan.
I believe you deserve to be able to trust in your lawyer. This is McDaniel Reynolds with the Reynolds Defense Firm, and we specialize in just one thing. We represent good people facing DUI charges. I believe in practicing law with honesty and integrity. I believe that a few bad moments do not somehow undo an entire lifetime of being a good person. And I believe in what we do. We represent good people facing DUI charges. If you've been arrested, you need help.
Every team is going through this. Maybe not Indiana, but a coordinator is gone.
Yeah.
Or even in case of Ole Miss, their head coach is gone.
And 6 potential other coaches. They don't even know whether or not they'll be there. Like, most of those coaches didn't go back to Ole Miss. They're in Baton Rouge right now.
Yeah. I guess Miami hasn't lost anybody, have they?
I don't think Miami's lost anyone. Indiana hasn't lost anyone.
I'll tell you what, that defensive coordinator, this is a completely unrelated. That defensive coordinator for Miami is the best coach in this tournament that no one talks about.
Yeah, no one gives him any sort of love.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
That defense is awesome. Anyway, well, he's got some studs too, don't get me wrong. But with Will Stein, I think there's 2 lines of thought, schools of thought. One is how much is he focused on Kentucky? And so how do you quantify that? I don't know. It's just that I feel like you really can't. But so is LaPoy.
Exactly. And
LaPoy had a great game. So
well, and they're again, I just think that's recency bias. This has been for better or worse, this is their offense, and it has been all year. And by the way, it's a top 10 scoring offense in the country.
Yeah, some of the most. I think they're number 2 in explosives.
Yeah,
behind Texas Tech.
Yeah, it's a good
Who had
offense.
no explosives.
It just against the better teams, they go through periods, and I don't know how to quantify that, and I'm guessing Oregon doesn't either.
Well,
otherwise, they would have fixed them.
I think some of it is, and you could hear a little bit of this chatter throughout the season, that as good as Will Stein was, I think he has a tough. He was in a tough spot because he was following Kenny Dillingham, who I thought was better. Believe it or not, as an offensive coordinator, I thought Dillingham was better.
But what offensive coordinator has Duck fans liked?
No, that's
has there ever been
There's
one?
always, and when you lose a game, especially at Autzen, exactly, you got to point the finger at somebody.
It's not the head
Dan
coach.
Lanning's a hero,
Yeah.
so it's Will Stein. And I thought Will Stein, again, there were a couple 4th downs in the Texas Tech game where the play call, it was like, what are you trying?
Yeah.
Like the one was, they did the Wildcat.
Yeah.
Well, do you blame Stein or Lanning for that?
Well, I
isn't
blame
it Lanning's
Stein.
decision to go for it?
Well, go for it.
No,
but
go for it. I'm
but the
fine. I'm
play is
talking
all
about the
Stein.
play calls.
Okay.
And I would blame Stein, the play caller.
Yeah.
But again, that's nitpicking. They won the game 23-0.
Yeah.
I just think Will Stein is an interesting one because their offense has been a little uneven. He does have one foot out the door, and so you wonder what is the Will Stein effect on the Oregon offense?
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's hard to.
But a lot of times, like when they get stuffed, like on a Jordan Davidson run. So the first time I'm going through like where they turned it over on downs, like the first one was it was 4th and 1 at the Texas Tech 23, and they ran the ball, and there's nothing you can do. Like you gave it to your 230-pound short yardage bowling ball, and your offensive line got blown up. Like that's not Will Stein. That's just like you didn't execute.
Well, but I think what I'm saying is when you do those more exotic looks, on 4th and 2, you're kind of overthinking it, or you're overreacting to Texas Tech's defensive line or what has happened previously. Look, it's 2 yards. Run the just shove it down the throat. Like you have a good offensive line. Trust your guys to execute. Like you said, it's about execution.
Yeah.
And sometimes, especially that second one. And they rolled more out.
They rolled more out.
It's like, just run the damn ball.
Problem is that you tried running the ball the first 4th down and you got it shoved up your keister.
Well, that was the Wildcat though. But
I don't think the first one.
That was the first 4th down near the goal line.
Oh yeah. I mean,
there were multiple. They actually ended up going 4 of 8 on 4th down.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. The Will Stein thing is interesting because you want a little more.
Yeah. Well, there was like one where they kept trying to throw the sideline stuff, and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, Texas Tech is going to pick one of these off.
Yeah. They were all over that.
They just keep going downhill, and I don't. Again, I'm always careful to be overly critical of play calls because I'm not in the huddle. I don't know what they're comfortable with. I don't know what in practice they see every day, and so I just think it's really easy to nitpick coordinators when we're sitting there being like, oh, well, why don't you do this? What's the James Franklin clip where the guy's like, have you considered just throwing the ball deep to try to loosen someone up? But I did have that thought. I was sitting there and being like, God, if they don't throw one to make someone respect their downfield passing game, I'm like, one of these passes is getting picked off. One of these little bubble screens is going to get taken back the other way because Texas Tech was jumping on stuff. But then when they would attempt that, they couldn't hold up in pass protection. And they tried to go tempo, even though they're not really a tempo team, but they tried to go tempo because lining up and just running against that front wasn't working. And I'm telling you, it's kind of maddening when their run game, and I think this is where the Stein thing, I'd be interested in sitting down with him and actually discussing their run game. But when their run game gets bottled up, everything kind of goes to hell. When you look at where their offense has been ground down, it's when the run game really stops. And when they don't have the threat of the run game, and I guess that's true across most offenses, but when they kind of become one-dimensional and Oregon has to get in obvious passing situations, it's weird because you would think with Dante Moore that would be a strong suit. But that's when their limitations, I think, really start to show up. And their run game got taken away from them. And once that happened, you're like, buckle up. This can be a long day. It was the same thing against Indiana. I think they ran 2.7 yards per carry. And that's the nature of the beast. And I don't know enough. I haven't done enough film study or digging in and talking to coaches to find out what that is. But even with their quarterback, everything is predicated on them being able to run the ball.
Yeah. Well, Stein going to Kentucky, it's like, all right. He was good. One of the top offensive coordinators in the country. But I think a lot of Duck fans are like, okay, ready for the next guy.
Didn't it seem pretty vanilla, though? Because it seemed to me that they knew Texas Tech wasn't going to score. Like, they couldn't move the ball.
Yes.
So if you're going to throw the ball downfield, you're risking just turning it over. Like, you might as well just go 3 and out and punt. And
it would not shock me one bit that if 2 quarters into that game, they all got together and said nothing dumb.
Well, they did kind of change it when he went for when he took the second 3 points.
Yep.
That's when it was like, okay, because I think that was 4th and 2 again.
Right, because that's the weird part. They were aggressive going for 4th down.
I think that's where
but they flipped it.
To Suk's point, I think that's right. We all thought that, right?
Like they are
right at that point of the game. It's like just take the points.
Take the points, nothing done.
Lanning even figured that out. As aggressive as he is, he was like, dude, we're just going to put.
He said it at halftime. He even said at halftime on Run Enough. He said, I just need to take the points.
Yeah, I missed the halftime interview. But at that point, it should have been 13-0 anyway.
Yes.
Or whatever.
And it should have been the ball game.
Yeah, but anyway, they handled it. I just think their offense. I want to talk more about Dante Moore. Mm-hmm. We'll have to do that later in the show. We have Joey Harrington coming on, by the way, at 5:30.
Yeah.
But quick synopsis. Do you think he won't come back because he's going to be a top 5 pick?
I think he's gone.
I think he's gone too, but I'm just saying, don't you think he kind of needs to come back?
I think it would behoove him to come back, but I'm not turning down $58 million guaranteed dollars.
Well, yeah, again,
$58 million.
Of course. I mean, he's gonna go.
Yes,
but he needs to.
It would behoove him to come back. Absolutely.
All right, we'll get to that with Joey Harrington later. He'll be joining us at 5:30. Up next, things you may have missed on the Fan.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. In pro basketball tonight, San Antonio, a 5.5-point road favorite against Indiana. And the betting market moving towards Indiana because San Antonio's star center is out for tonight's game. Personally, it doesn't really bother me that much. San Antonio's guards are awesome. San Antonio way better than Indiana. I will lay it with San Antonio. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Restrictions apply.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon Ducks, they dominated Texas Tech over on Thursday yesterday, 23-0. Freshman Jordan Davison, 2 rushing touchdowns. The other freshman, Brandon Finney Jr., 2 INTs, a fumble recovery. Oregon wins 23-0. They now take on the Indiana Hoosiers in a Big Ten rematch coming up next Friday. Indiana opens up as a 4-point favorite, and it's going to be a 4:30 kickoff from Atlanta. Keep it locked in on the Fan for all your Ducks coverage, and we will have that game live on Friday. Trailblazers back in action tonight on the road in New Orleans, taking on the Pelicans. Blazers 3.5-point road favorites in this one. Blazers have won 2 in a row, looking to get an official winning streak by winning the third against the worst team in the Western Conference. And big NFL weekend as the Steelers looking to into the playoffs and win the NFC North. They have a good shot with T.J. Watt coming back. T.J. Watt was injured, says he feels no limitations. He is expected to play for the Ravens in that game. Also, Lamar Jackson, he is not on the injury report. He is expected to play as well. That's going to be the Sunday night game. But tomorrow, the Seahawks and 49ers, they battle out for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Seahawks 2.5-point road favorites over the Niners. We'll have that one right here on the Fan. For more scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch. And now Window Nation brings you on-demand videos.
Welcome back. It is hour 2. We are back together again, reunited. It's me, and it's him.
Yeah.
Big Zook. And we have...
watching indoor golf.
Is that going on right now? Wait, is this live?
Couldn't tell you. It's on.
Are you kidding me?
I just looked up and realized, oh my God, there's
Dude.
indoor golf.
Are you kidding
Boston
Stuff
versus,
to bet on.
Boston versus LA.
That can't be live. Are they really doing this?
Couldn't tell you, man.
By the way, we have a new producer
Yes.
on the 1s and 2s today. His name.
And tomorrow, well, I guess Monday. And
Well, this is his first day.
yeah, I'm just saying it's not like you said today.
Yeah.
No, it's
We'll
like
have a new one tomorrow,
it's
probably. At this rate.
One and done. One and done for me.
Stephen Vaughn, everybody.
Yes.
Stephen with a V. He is from the rough streets of Milwaukee, Oregon, and we are happy to have him. So we'll be getting to know him as we move forward through the shows here in the coming weeks, months. Joey Harrington coming up today, 5:30. More on the Ducks, and they get another crack at Indiana. And then we got to get into some NFL stuff as well.
Yeah.
Because it's a big, well, it's not really. Week 18 is always weird. Or
Well, there's
week 17.
There's 3 huge games, and only, on both sides, AFC, NFC, there's only 1 seed that's predetermined. The Packers.
Yeah.
Everything else is
They're
up for
the
grabs.
7 in
They're
the
the 7.
NFC.
Yep.
Yeah, so it actually is a pretty compelling weekend if you just look at those 3, like the Niners, Seahawks, Ravens, Steelers, and of course Bucks, Panthers. But we'll get into all that coming up. Something you may have missed. Now, I don't know. I haven't been on the show for a while. And I am guessing, I don't know how many people are listening right now. Probably millions.
Millions and millions. A lot of people in Scandinavia. There's that one dude in Norway listening to us.
So I don't know how many of the millions of people listening right now will have any idea what I'm talking about or would have seen this. But I put it in my notes, and I said, I need to see if anybody saw this.
Okay.
Because I've never seen this in my life. There was a bowl game, and I believe it was the Southern Miss Western Kentucky bowl game.
Okay.
And so, again, I think there's maybe like one guy that will have...
I can't say that I watched this game.
Somewhere somebody is going to go, God, I saw that too, Rob. But it's not going to be you guys, I'm guessing.
No.
You didn't see that game?
I did not see that game.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Okay, well, maybe my new gambling degenerate friend, Steven over there, did.
Did you see the bowl game numbers? They did great.
Did they?
The non-BCS games, it was quite impressive because everyone was crapping all over the meaningless
Well, they
bowls.
always do.
They always do. But the numbers, the Pop-Tart Bowl, which is why I said whoever runs the bowl games needs to go lean into the Pop-Tart thing. Go Savannah Banana style and just create a brand around it. Almost 9 million people tuned into the Pop-Tart Bowl. 9 million.
Who played in that game?
That was BYU and
Does it matter?
who played? I'm trying now. Who the hell did BYU play?
It was your school.
I know it was my school.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, BYU Georgia Tech.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, 9 million people tuned into that. The Bad Boys Mower Bowl, 7.6 million. Tax Slayer Bowl, 6 million.
Hey. Well, I've always said with the bowl games, it doesn't matter if you don't care.
Yeah.
The fans of the teams do care.
But I'm saying there is a way forward for these bowl games.
Yeah.
The Duke's Mayo Bowl does this, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. You need to take I did a whole thing on this while you were gone. The bowl games just need to take a Savannah Banana approach and do some gimmicks. Lean into it. Make it a fun destination and make it a fun game where it's not really about kind of winning and losing. Create a destination and a fun vibe around the game.
Well, what's the one where they get doused with a side?
That's the famous potato,
Yeah,
or the
French
Duke,
fries.
or
Yeah,
the
they
Duke,
get the fry.
or the Duke Mayo. The Cheez-It Bowl did this. You know, they had a big kettle of Cheez-Its, and one guy did the Marshawn Lynch crotch dive into the Cheez-It Bowl. You creating viral moments around a bowl game where it's like, yeah, I know you don't care who wins the Tax Slayer Bowl, but if you build something cool and unique, people will tune into it.
So anyway, what I was telling you was in the Southern Miss Western Kentucky bowl game,
Yeah.
the referee did not know which team was which.
Really?
Did you guys catch that?
No.
It was unbelievable.
What do I Google?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't on social media. I don't know if people were talking about it, but every time he announced a penalty.
He's like, I don't know.
He did it he pointed at the wrong team. Not just pointed, he said Southern Miss and then would point at the Western Kentucky. He thought Southern Miss was Western Kentucky. And Western Kentucky was Southern Miss. It was the damnedest thing. I've never seen anything like it. So then I had to watch the second half to see, okay, did somebody get to him and tell him, dude, the team in black is Southern Miss, not Western Kentucky, you idiot.
Stop that.
And he did. He switched it in the second half.
No, I did not.
Never seen that in my life.
No, I did not
and I am
that.
50 GD years old. It was awesome.
I'm gonna try to scroll through and see if I can find that. Well, I'm glad to see that we all didn't care about the Southern Miss game, including the official.
I mean, it wasn't like one mistake. It was every time nobody thought to, you might want to figure out which team's which if you're going to be the official in this game. Thank you.
I love stuff like that. Well,
It's crazy.
Just goes to show you because none of these games really matter anyway. So just lean into the absurdity of it all. Find the unique aspects, including the referee not knowing.
Now,
I didn't know in like the was it the Rose Bowl where they didn't have heads or tails? They just had the two sides of the coin and one was each helmet. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so you just call your side?
No one called it. There was no coin toss.
Yeah, they just flipped it.
They
flipped
said one's Indiana, one's Alabama. We're flipping the coin, whichever side it lands up, you win. I never seen that before. They took the coin toss out of the coin toss.
Yeah. Well, there've been a lot of coin tosses. They got a little.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's a better way to do it, right? Tails never fails. No, it's like this is you and that's them. Flip
First
it.
the extra point, then the kickoff. Now the coin toss. What are they going to take next?
Everything's changing, man.
The other thing was that you may have missed is we had another coach fired for an affair with the co-ed. I don't know how many people caught it because it happened right over the holidays.
Was this the Ohio guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
We talked
you
about
talked
it.
about it. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Good.
And then he tried to pull his wife was cool with it.
So that's two. There was another Sharon Moore.
Well, it's not. Well, have you seen the details that have come out on Sharon Moore? Dude, that guy was putting it out there to anyone that would. He's putting it out to porn stars, Instagram models, OnlyFans, co-eds. Dude, that guy was spreading a net, and Michigan, I guess, tried to talk to him multiple times and was like, dude, just stop. He couldn't help himself.
He's a hornball.
My God. It's really sexy. How horny can, I think we can all admit,
It's lowercase.
We've all been horny at times, including lowercase. Him and,
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. Like, you have 25 million guaranteed reasons to not be horny, and you can't help yourself. But now we got the Ohio guy can go with the support group. Because now we got, Larry Eustace in this, Mel Tucker, Hugh Freeze can be involved in this.
Yeah.
Get them all together, round them up, and get a support group. And I mean, my God, just be an adult and hire a professional, for God's sakes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Stop DMing women. And Sharon Moore was doing it on Instagram. He's following all these OnlyFan models.
Is he still in prison? Or jail?
No, he got released.
Yeah.
But
is he with his wife? Or
his wife supposedly, at least the last time I saw, she's standing by him. And you know what? They're
Wow.
going through counseling through the Lord. So
yeah, of course.
Well, you know what's going to happen is, one, he needs a job because he has not made a bunch of money. So he's going to need a job. So he's going to have to go down the road of, I found Jesus.
Is he an offensive guy or defensive guy?
He's an offensive guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to find Jesus.
Well, he better hurry.
Well, I mean, the problem is that Nick Saban isn't around anymore because ideally what you would like is to...
Yeah, but he's not good enough to resurrect.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, you got the Michigan.
He wasn't any good.
Got the Michigan
He
job.
wasn't any good when he was at Michigan.
Yeah, but if he finds the Lord, that's all you need to do.
Well, so what you're saying is he'll be the next head coach at Liberty.
Yes.
Or offensive coordinator.
Some school down in Texas, they love a redemption story.
Yeah, reclamation project.
They don't care. Get your wife to stand by you, buy her the Kobe Bryant apology ring, and find Jesus, and Baylor will hire you.
Ooh, Petrino.
Yeah.
He's on the team.
Yeah, he's on the team. And he's fine. He's
put
back.
together a hell of a staff.
I know. You could do
Who's your head coach? Petrino, Freeze, Moore, Tucker.
I think you got to go Bobby Petrino, right?
I think he's this, yeah. But who's the other one?
Larry Stacey was a basketball guy.
Yeah. He was pretty good.
He was pretty good. maybe you could, because he's a good offensive minded guy. Maybe he pulls a Ted Lasso and he can coach our offense, but with a new fast break style.
Art Briles is the head coach at Eastern New Mexico, so if he can have a comeback, anybody can have a comeback.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just don't think that. But Art Briles was good at Baylor.
Yeah,
I just don't think Sharon Moore. I don't think anybody's going to want Sharon Moore, even if he were.
Too bad Mike Price is too old. Mike Price may be the head of that committee. Because Mike Price got
that
nothing.
was just a hooker, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was a stripper /
stripper.
Well,
Come on.
What's the difference?
I think she may have. Well, there's a difference, but I think Mike was walking that fine line. Problem is, Mike never got any of the money. At least Mel and Sharon and these guys got money. Mike Price never signed the contract. He got fired before he ever signed his contract. So really, if you're going to talk about who's chairing that committee, who's running that meeting down at the local YMCA, I think it's Mike Price.
All right, the portal is open. We'll get to that.
Urban Meyer can join that group.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
He was grabbing butts.
NFL, but he's grabbing something more than that. His hand was places.
Well, there's our head coach.
That's true.
Petrino's OC.
Yeah, Herbs.
We got a hell of a squad.
We do. We got a great staff. Mel Tucker's
hornballs.
Mel Tucker's a defensive guy and a damn good one. He was defense coordinator at Georgia. I love our staff. I'm honestly, this is great.
All right, we'll be right back on The Fan.
The Fan Sports Network is on your smart speaker.
It's just us
victim to the short break. That's what happens like in January. This is not on you. You did not enter the transfer portal.
My God.
We got the short breaks.
Come on, Cooley, sell a spot.
The little general's busy. No one knows doing what. We haven't seen him like in a month, but
Jesus.
January's thin, man. It's thin. And by the way, someone is so correct. They said, I can't wait for the Sharon Moore press conference with the wife and the preacher at a church. You know it's coming. The apology press conference is coming. What's Al Sharpton doing? Because they're going to be, you got to get in a church, wife stand by his side, front steps, nice Southern Baptist church, throw the preacher up there, and you got to find Jesus. You find Jesus and you move on. Guaranteed. He's not done. He'll be back.
That'd be a good move.
Yeah. I mean, that's the move. And if you can, hold up the Bible and cry a lot. And then hold your wife's hand and do the I let her down. The biggest disappointment I have is that I let her down. And then you squeeze her hand a lot. And
over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And she's only with me still because I have money. And we have kids.
Well, hey.
But it's only a matter of time.
Hey. No. The redemption of the Lord. That's the key.
So the transfer portal is open. I see where Sorsby, the Cincinnati quarterback, is kind of one of the hot commodities.
And supposedly is asking for $5 million.
Well, I like that Texas Tech is already after him. They're like, Baron Morton sucks so bad. We need a quarterback for next year. Hey,
you knew they would.
Well, Morton's done too. He's finished.
Yeah, but you knew Texas. Yeah.
They had their boosters calling mid-game. They're calling Sorsby.
Well, I'll tell you what,
$5 million?
Yeah. And having watched Sorsby, $5 million, dude, at some point, some of these coaches need to go tell I guess Sark talked about this at his press conference. Sark said that they'll be dealing with people's agents, and he says they throw numbers out at them that they just laugh at. And Sark tells them, dude, if you can get it, take it. If not, come back and see us. And no offense, but if Sorsby is asking me for $5 million, I would be like, yeah, good luck with that. If someone wants to give it to you, if you want to talk like a reasonable human being, please feel free to come back. But I mean, $5 million. Like Rocco Beck supposedly is asking for $3.5 million. Did you see Rocco Beck play?
Your boy.
What are we doing?
Well, look, you got to ask.
If you're an average,
if you don't ask.
If you're an average quarterback, if you're an average quarterback right now, college football is the place to be.
It is. Well, this is like where all those guys are suing for an extra year because
Pavia.
Yeah, like you're not making any money at the next level, but hey, if someone is desperate and is willing to give you $5 million, sign up. Well, that's the thing. Like if
they're desperate for quarterbacks.
They are,
and there's not that many of them to go around.
No.
So,
and
you don't want to play a freshman, even the best 5-star freshman.
Yeah,
Bryce Underwood.
Well,
they're going to take Sorsby over that guy.
Yep.
Over that guy.
Well,
because of experience.
And this will be the more thing. We'll see what happens. Like it was Dante Moore was for sure coming back, and then it was like, no, he's for sure leaving, and now we're in this weird 50-50 thing. If he leaves, Oregon will not play a freshman next year. Oregon will be in the portal. In fact, there's some people that are already like Sam Levitt put his name in the portal with a do not contact tag, which means if you go in the portal and you do the do not contact, it means you kind of already have it worked out where you go. And so obviously him being from here, there's people that are speculating, does he already have an agreement? Wink, wink, nod, nod, don't contact me. But whoever.
He's the number one guy in the portal.
He's the number one guy in the portal.
Quarterback.
Yes. Yeah. So Levitt and Sorsby, but Levitt supposedly already has his destination with the no contact, whereas Sorsby.
And we think that's Oregon?
No one knows. It's just that is the speculation. But, he could end up at LSU. He could end up wherever. Sam Levitt is going to put his foot in a cash register and make a bunch of money.
So what will he get? If Sorsby's asking for $5 million?
If he's asking for $5 million, my guess is Sam Levitt's also asking for $5 million. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get it. And I'm always skeptical because you hear these numbers thrown out there. And I talk to enough coaches where a lot of the numbers that get thrown out there are silly numbers that are just being thrown around. Most of what I hear is not to that point, but there are guys that get paid a lot, and in this bidding war it just supposedly keeps going up and up and up. So could he get $5 million? I guess, but just because you hear that he's asking also could be an agent being like, hey, I mean, Nico, God, I'm going to butcher his name again. Nico
Iamaleava.
There you go. He was getting paid between 2.5 and 3 at Tennessee. And he said, no, I want more. And Tennessee laughed and was like, yeah, go take a flying you-know-what. And he got $1 million at UCLA. So, like, you can find out real quick. Sorsby could be asking for 5. Doesn't mean he's going to get it.
Tag Ovalia.
But Levitt and Sorsby and Mestamaker are going to get, they're going to get, and Raiola, another one, they'll get paid.
Do you remember who Levitt originally committed to?
Michigan State, right?
Yeah.
And then the Jonathan Smith thing happened.
Yep. He was going to go to Michigan State.
Yep. In fact, I think he did go to Michigan State.
He transferred to Michigan State.
Yeah. Because when Smith got the job, he was like, I'm not sticking around for this because he had some rough feelings about Jonathan Smith.
I'm not a Duck fan or anything, but if I were, the idea of Sam Levitt as my quarterback next year gives me tight sports pants.
Yes.
He's
You like him more than Dante Moore?
Oh, no.
No, I just mean if Dante Moore
leaves.
I think if Dante Moore came back, I think it's best if Dante Moore comes back.
If Dante Moore comes back, Oregon will be the preseason #1 team and the odds-on favorite to win the national championship.
But they'll be really good with Levitt.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, whatever Oregon does, I think we're at the point now where most of the teams, the Ohio States of the world and the Alabamas, the Oregons, Texas, I mean, you can get it. Julian Sayin ended up being the starting quarterback at Ohio State. I think it was kind of a soft portal class. For the most part, I think you're going to see the top 7 or 8 teams, if they can, are going to try to have an established player. I just think it's easier that way because no matter who you are as a freshman, you're going to have growing pains. Again, whether it's Bryce Underwood, whether it's Raiola, when's the last time a freshman came in and just lit the world on fire? It's not happening. I mean, we saw Jameis Winston, I guess he was a redshirt, Johnny Manziel. But these freshmen that are coming out, that is the 5-star kids, man, it's a crapshoot at best. And so even Dante Moore.
Well, think even like Arch Manning. He had a couple years and he still sucked.
And then as he got better, and now if you're Texas, you feel really good about him coming back. So I just think this is kind of the new nature of college football is, you take some shots on, obviously you keep recruiting kids, but when you have a team that's built to win, see Miami, there's not many people that want to go and take a shot on freshmen because you just never know, too, how they're going to develop.
It's the unknown. You can't have unknown nowadays.
No, and this is like, I'll say this, like Washington, Damon Williams decided to come back. So he had his re-signing. He announced, I've reached a new deal. So he's come back to Washington, which is obviously great news for Washington. Washington was a good team this year. But we all thought Damon Williams was going to take these leaps and bounds and was going to be this All-American dynamic player. And it never really quite happened. He was good. He wasn't great. In fact, he went through stretches this year where he was kind of stinky. And so now if you're Washington, you got to ask yourself, I mean, obviously you roll the dice with him and this is your guy. But do you know how many times we've heard, this is the year that he has a breakout? Drew Aller from DJ Lagaway. I mean, Cade Klubnik, the kid at LSU, his name escaping me, Nussmeier. I mean, dude, this whole year was filled with, this guy's going to be the breakout star. And we heard that about Damon Williams, and he was not. And so next year, you're going in with your Washington, and you're banking on Damon Williams now taking, in his second full year of being the starter, you're expecting him to go take these big leaps. And if he does, Washington will be a contender in the Big Ten. But this idea that it's a given because the kid had hype, be careful. Because college football is littered with potential that never came to fruition.
Yeah, but I think that's why those quarterbacks in the portal, some of them, not all of them, of course, some of them are young, but the most experienced quarterbacks are so coveted.
Yeah.
Because Dante Moore right now is not the best Dante Moore that will exist.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you have a Sorsby, I don't know how long Sorsby's been at Cincinnati, but when Nix and Gabriel are good examples.
Yeah.
Bo Nix and Dylan Gabriel are two of the most experienced quarterbacks ever in the history of college football. That's the guy you want. Yep. And Nix didn't come in with this idea that he was going to light the world on fire. In fact, there was a lot of criticism about Nix.
He was kind of cast off.
Auburn was happy they got rid of him.
Yeah.
Right. But I just think there's a lot of value, way more value is placed now on the guy who has a bunch of starts under his belt. They want that guy before you want, even though Damon Williams has a ton of talent, you don't know what that's going to be next year. I want the best version of Brendan Sorsby before I want a let's see what Damon Williams turns into. I want the sure thing, right? And that's even if he's not quite as talented, and that's what the transfer portal quarterbacks are.
Yeah.
Most the experienced ones. And that's why I was like, if I'm Oregon, and Levitt, I mean, what's he start? 2 years? Well, he started
he was all
a
hurt.
year.
He was hurt this year. But
so he's really only he doesn't have that many starts under his belt.
Well, think of the 4 teams that are left. It's Dante Moore.
Yeah.
Like, we know what he is. Fernando Mendoza, we knew what he was going to Indiana. Carson Beck, we knew what he was going to Miami. The only one was Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah.
We didn't know what he was, but he turned into something.
How long has he been there?
He's a D2 guy.
He's a D2 guy, and he won a national
This
title.
his first year there?
Yeah, he won a national title at whatever, was it Norfolk State or something?
Something like that, yeah.
And was just kind of an afterthought.
I believe it's Norfolk.
Norfolk?
He was the backup going in the season. Austin Simmons, who's in the portal now, he got hurt. Chambliss comes in and dominates. But that's the thing is, 3 of the 4 were kind of proven guys we knew what they were going to get.
Yep. And Chambliss wouldn't be there if not for an injury. Best thing that ever happened to Ole Miss was
Ferris.
Well, wasn't Will Howard this?
Yeah,
he was not that great, but he was an experienced.
Yeah, he was an experienced, solid guy at Kansas State, and everyone kind of went, really, Ohio State's taking a bet on him and national title.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
And Oregon would have that if they get Dante Moore back next year.
I'll tell you what, if Dante Moore comes back with, I mean, you look at Oregon, I know this year could be a national title, but they'll even tell you behind closed doors, they thought this was the setup year and that the next 2 years were it's go time. And they've just sped everything up. This turned out to be a year where Dante Moore was better and a lot of the contributions of the younger guys. But if Moore comes back, they'll hit the portal hard on the offensive line. You return so many players on defense, young players, all your best skill players with the exception of Sadiq, they'll all come back, and you have another NFL tight end on your roster already waiting to step in for Sadiq. Your 2 backs are both freshmen, and if he comes back, if Dante Moore comes back, look out. Oregon is going to be a wagon next year.
Whittingham giving a speech at the Michigan basketball game tonight.
That still seems so weird to me.
What a get. What a get. Way to stumble up, Michigan.
Yeah, failed upward for Michigan.
God.
That's the Penn State thing too, right?
All right, In the News is coming up next. But first, Stephen with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on Fan, Oregon Ducks dominate Texas Tech yesterday on New Year's Day. They won 23-0 over the Red Raiders, and now Oregon, they will be taking on the Indiana Hoosiers, a team who they lost to earlier in the year at Autzen Stadium. That's going to be a game in Atlanta, 4:30 kickoff on Friday. Indiana opens up as a 4-point favorite. We're still looking at a 4-point favorite for the Indiana Hoosiers, but keep it locked here on the Fan for all of your Ducks coverage. Trailblazers are 14-20, and they're back in action tonight. They take on New Orleans Pelicans down in New Orleans. Blazers 3.5-point road favorites against New Orleans. Portland, they've won 2 in a row. They're looking for a winning streak, trying to get a third as they take on the worst team right now in the Western Conference. Same injuries for the Trailblazers. Jeremy Grant out, Scoot Henderson out, Dame out, Matisse Thybulle out, everybody out for the Trailblazers. Big NFL weekend coming up. Steelers taking on the Ravens. Winner wins the AFC North, and the Steelers get some good news today as their star pass rusher TJ Watt says he feels no limitations and is excited to play as the Steelers and the Ravens face off in Pittsburgh. And for the Ravens, their MVP quarterback Lamar Jackson, he fully practiced today. He's going to be good to go. Should be a good one on Sunday Night Football. And then on tomorrow for the NFC West and the number 1 overall seed in the NFC, Seahawks taking on the Niners down in Santa Clara. Seahawks 2.5-point road favorites in that one. We'll have that game live right here on the Fan. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning 6 to 10 a.m.
You think I could sue my liver?
Wouldn't that be something? Who would?
Could my liver sue me?
How would you get money out of? Does your liver have like a trust? Is that that sort of thing? I don't know.
My liver would rather sue me.
You could sue your parents.
It's been a long couple weeks.
Well, it's the holiday season.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it is. It's tough
I've
out
injured
there.
myself multiple times, but I don't really want to sue myself. So.
No, it doesn't. What you got to do is you got to pass the buck on to someone else. You can blame your parents for poor genetics.
Blame the bars.
There you go. Do that.
Bars serving me too much booze.
Get some of that big alcohol money.
Yeah.
Or how about this? If you've actually been wronged, or I don't know, like actually can prove real physical harm, because that does happen. For instance, like if you were at a bar and due to negligence, I don't know, like your bar stool broke and then you fell over and then you hurt your liver, like you lacerated your liver on like an exposed nail, then.
Yeah. And I need that liver.
Yes. And now your liver's injured. Now you can't drink anymore. There comes the pain and suffering, and that's where the advocates come in. They'll get you a new liver.
Their names are Ken and Donnie. They are the advocates, personal injury attorneys out of Seattle, but they have a team here in Portland as well that is there to help you. They fight the insurance companies. Nobody likes to battle the insurance companies. The insurance companies are out to screw you over, and they, if you have been injured, will have your back. They will even take them to trial.
Yes.
So I've heard. So listen, if you've been injured, you need more than a lawyer. Consultations are always free, and they don't get paid until you win. Advocateslaw.com. Indeed.
So that was live.
Yes.
Yeah.
TGL is back, which means some live betting, Steven. I don't know if you listened to the show at all when Buck was on here, but he and I love TGL Tuesdays for some live betting.
Oh, you had me at betting, so all right, let's do it.
You like golf? You a golf guy?
I'm really bad at it. I have custom fitted irons, but I'm really horrible at golf.
Well, at least you got the.
So I look good out there.
That's all that matters.
At least you paid all that money.
I do enjoy the guy that cosplays. Like a lot of golf is just cosplay. You know, you get the guy that it's got the $400 bag and he's got the G4 outfit and all that, custom clubs. And then he has to go out and tell you why he's so bad. Well, it's, my back.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's Steven.
Hey, I play real sports, so it's okay.
It is January 2, 2025. It's time now for In the News. I'm your noted newsman. Hello, thank you. Please be seated, ladies. Thank you. Swiss cheese day.
I don't eat a lot of Swiss cheese. I'm not against Swiss. There's just better cheeses.
I love Swiss cheese.
Do you?
But there's way better cheese than Swiss. Yeah. But I'm a huge Swiss guy.
Anything that I can put Swiss on, I'm going to put a slice of creamy Havarti and take that as an upgrade. But, again, if I get a sandwich and it's got Swiss cheese on it, I'm not going to argue. But why would I ever pick Swiss cheese? It's like 9th down the cheese power rankings.
Well, don't they usually just I mean, you kind of can pick your cheese, right? Well, not necessarily. It depends on where you are, where you go.
Most places they will ask you what kind, but a lot of if you get a French dip, sometimes it just comes with Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to ask
the burger has the American cheese.
I'm not going to ask them to switch out the cheese, but if you ask me what kind of cheese do you want on that, never once in my life does the answer start with Swiss. Because I've got American, I got Monterey Jack, I got some mozzarella, I got some cheddar, I got white cheddar.
Provolone?
Yeah, provolone.
Have you ever turned to him and gone, Velveeta?
Ooh. Well, maybe some Cheese Whiz, like on a Philly cheese, if you will.
A little melted cheese.
Yeah.
I love cheese.
Gruyere, Marty, pepper jack. Now I just want some GD cheese. You know, not once in that did you think to yourself, you know what I want? Swiss cheese.
Well, on this day, you have to eat Swiss because it's Swiss cheese day. It is also National Buffet Day.
Oh, don't eat at buffets.
No.
Buffets might be the worst invention of all time.
No.
Very overrated.
They are overrated.
It's bad food. Your fat ass does not need all you can eat. And the idea, like, you eat more than you ever would because you're like, well, I paid for it, so I gotta eat it. It's just, don't go to them. Nothing good has ever, no person has ever left a buffet and thought to myself, well, this is a great decision. I feel awesome after this.
I've been to a Vegas at the Cosmo. They had a nice buffet.
Did you leave feeling good about yourself?
Well, I felt like I got my money's worth.
Exactly.
I had some duck wings.
Yeah,
We
along
went
with
to
some
the,
ice cream and some pudding at the end. That's going to go well together.
We went to the buffet at the Wynn, and it is dynamite. But I can't eat all that. Like, I feel like it's a waste.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you end up eating more because you're like, I have to
No,
get my
I
money's
don't.
worth.
I won't do that.
You walked away.
But I also feel terrible when I leave. I'm like, God, I just left all that great food sitting over there. Why am I eating at a buffet? You're right. Maybe the worst invention of all time.
It's just not, no human
Very
being.
overrated.
Yeah, no
Maybe
human
the worst
being.
invention.
Maybe if you were on the Oregon Trail.
Unless you're a child, too. If you're a child, a buffet is like heaven.
Yeah, because it's like $3 too.
Well, buffets are for cheap
Chicken
people.
nuggets.
Yeah. If you were on the Oregon Trail and 6 months into your journey, you were in Independence, Missouri, and you came across a buffet, by all means, load up, the winter's coming. But when you have a fridge full of food, the last thing you need to do is go to Golden Corral and start dipping everything in pudding and cheese.
Got some stuff to talk about here locally. Cougar sightings.
Ooh.
Watch out. Oregon City this time.
Really?
Yeah. Police there are urging caution. Whatever that means.
Well, I mean, it means caution.
Yeah, but like, are you going to do anything different
No.
in Oregon City?
Absolutely not.
Knowing that they've seen a cougar on camera in the area twice?
No.
This was yesterday.
No. Although maybe you start, it's Oregon City, so
You just
chances
look
are,
around a little more?
Well, chances are the people of Oregon City are already packing heat, so they don't have to worry about it. But maybe you're carrying around your pepper spray.
Well, I mean, seriously, like if they said there was a cougar in your area,
I wouldn't leave my dog outside.
yeah,
How about that?
the dog's the one thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, watch out, there's
Yeah.
a cougar.
Yeah.
But other than that,
No, nothing's gonna change. Maybe you walk with a.
I don't care.
You know, there's an old man in my neighborhood that walks, and there's actually a couple of them, and they like walking with a golf club, and I'm assuming that's their fighting club. That's old hickory that they're ready to whack something, which I'm not sure.
No, you never know.
What are you encountering in my neighborhood? But
Never know. Maybe a cougar.
I would assume maybe that's what you do is maybe you just carry like you carry something in case you have to.
Did you ever
duel
see?
it.
I say that, but did you ever see the video? I think it was from L.A. and this guy was walking. I think it went viral because the woman who owned the dogs was famous.
Yeah.
But this guy was walking because God forbid you can walk your own dog.
No, you can't
in
do
LA.
that. Yeah.
You can't do that. You have to hire someone. So this guy was walking this lady's 2 dogs, and it's caught on camera from across the street. The cougar was sitting behind a wall, like just on the side of a house.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack. The dude didn't even see the cougar coming. Snatched only one of the dogs. There were 2 small dogs.
Good Lord.
Gone. Dead.
Yeah. What do you? I don't even know what you can't.
There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do. I mean, I've thought of because we've asked this. Like, I have a big dog, and I mean, I don't know. Does he put up a fight against a cougar? I don't know.
He probably tries.
He tries, and if you're gonna if a dog's gonna fight him off, it would be one like mine. He's not gonna go down. I mean, he's a huge dog. If Khan and a cougar are engaged in combat, do I have to jump in? Like, what?
Can you scare the cougar? Aren't they kind of?
I don't know.
I think you got to try to scare the cougar. You're not jumping in
Do I
there.
try to like go behind and
Well,
try to give
we-
it a little jelly thumb?
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
It works on everybody, I think.
Do I have to sneak around? I'm like, God, keep it, and then I sneak around and go whoop.
If you have a butthole,
Yeah,
that works.
yeah. Until it turns
Right in
around
the
and
butt.
then decides to rip
Right
my
in the butt.
face off.
Yeah.
I feel like I would
It's
want to
tough.
jump in for my buddy. I don't think I could watch my dog get mauled, but I'll tell you what, seeing a cougar attack something and then being like, let's get in there, that's it.
Well, what's the difference in what if you and I are walking,
Yeah,
doing a podcast?
yeah. I'd have to jump in.
More so than your dog?
Yeah. It's.
Well, but what are you going to do? Like, try to rip me out of there?
I think I'd go with the finger. I couldn't let
I
you.
don't want your finger in my ass.
Go ahead and climb out of my ass for a while.
Rob, bend over. I don't think I could let you get, like, you know how bad that would look? I'd have to come on the air and explain why you're dead and why I
there
watched.
it is. It's all about how you'll look.
It's good content, though.
Nice. Yeah. Rob just got mauled by a cougar.
No, I'd get in there.
His radio host stuck his finger up his butt.
I'd have to get in there for you. I think that would be easier because it's a human life.
So you
But
kind of have to. But
You
what are
have
you
to.
going to do? And then you're getting mauled by the
I
cougar.
don't know, man.
And I'm running.
Rob's like, thanks for the assist. I'm out of here.
Thanks a lot. Later.
You son of a bitch.
Idiot. All right. So anyway, be on the lookout in Oregon City. Cougar sighting yesterday. Two different sightings
Be
near
care- be-
near.
Be careful out there.
They're saying Singer Creek Park.
I have no idea where that's at.
Okay, Mount Hood Meadows news, and we have a homicide investigation.
Uh-oh.
Those items next on In the News on The Fan.
This is the Fan's Window into Sports, a view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation. Online at windownation.com.
Here's Borton, empty backfield. 5 receivers, 3 left, 2 right, back to throw. Has time. Step throws. His arm was hit. Ball came out. Mateo with the steal. Mateo at the 5. Ball comes out. He gets it back. It's Oregon's ball. He stole it from him. I was going to say it was an interception, but he picked that ball away from him.
That was great. Mateo Uiagalelei.
What a play.
Yeah.
And it was kind of one of those kind of fluke things that just kind of fell into his arm. But, man, that was a game changer. I mean, that ended whatever chance they had.
Yeah, anytime Texas Tech had remote ounce of momentum, they would be like, no, we don't want
this is over.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's the ball. Window Nation, this month, 50% off all window styles, 0% financing for 5 years. Schedule your free consult at windownation.com.
The Oregon Ducks live on the Fan.
Gonna keep it, run right. Oh, no doubt. Touchdown, Bryce Betcher.
We've got you covered all game day long. Ducks Game Day, presented by Coors Light, 4 hours before kickoff. Every Ducks football game.
Touchdown, Kenyon Sadiq.
And the Dick Hanna dealership's post-game show after. The home of the Ducks is the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The Fan.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.
were from San Diego. They're ages 12 and 8, and we took them to the Mount Hood Tube Park.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah,
a little alpine slide thing and all that.
Yeah, they have that. I don't know if that's open, but the tubing park was open.
Yeah, so that it's like on that plastic kind of barrier thing, and then you get on the inner tubes.
Yeah, it's pretty basic, but you get going pretty fast. Like, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But I tell you, there's no snow up there, dude. Like, it's...
Thanks
we were
a lot,
barely able to do
Obama.
that. Yeah, no kidding. Can you believe that guy? Damn libs. Well, anyway, they have suspended operations, saying they need time to allow water to drain from the snowpack after they got a bunch of rain. So, not a good year.
No.
Like, if you have an annual pass, you're pissed, right?
Well, or you were in discussion to buy the mountain. You were in discussion to buy
that was
Timberline.
Mount Bachelor.
Oh, it was Bachelor. Yeah, so you're probably pretty fortunate that you didn't go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like down there, but there's no snow here.
Well, I don't go to the mountain very often, and when I do, it's usually in the summer, so I'm all right.
We have a homicide investigation.
That's not good.
Portland police have opened a homicide investigation after a man's body was pulled from Johnson Creek.
Ooh. Wow. I wasn't in the area.
Or were you?
I didn't do it.
Isn't that over by your gym?
Yeah.
Ah.
I told you I wasn't there, and don't look further into it. Well, look, if I was going to dump a body, it wouldn't be into Johnson Creek.
Why not?
I'd go with very deep grave. I never understood why you did the creek or the shallow grave. Go with the really deep, remote grave.
What, are you digging that thing?
You know.
That's not easy to dig.
I don't want to give away my secrets. I'm just saying,
You have
if
a
I'm going
backhoe?
to take the time to kill someone, it's going to be getting rid of the body in a very, very deep, remote grave.
Did I say 2025? I didn't mean that. Yeah. This is going to... It'll take me at least 2 weeks to get this right.
100%.
It's 2026. 2026.
Yeah.
You guys probably already knew that. Anyway,
so, how do we know it's a murder, by the way?
Well, the body was discovered at 1 a.m. on Tuesday, and the dive team responded after receiving a report of a body submerged in the creek. 32-year-old Jamal Rogers is the deceased, and they have determined his death is a homicide, but they did not specify the exact cause.
My guess is if there's bullets in it, that would probably be a...
Right. And no arrests have been made.
That'd probably be a definitive, what would you say, conclusion at that point?
Now, here is the next question.
Ask her.
So that is the final homicide of 2025.
Oh. Yeah, I was going to say that, Can't have any more. Although, what if we found...
Well, I guess that's true.
What if we found a body that had been, what if you found my detailed work? Because, again, I would use a very, very deep grave. What if you found that 6 months from now? That would be a 2025 homicide.
Fair. As of now, it's the final homicide.
Yeah.
What number is that for the year in Portland?
I'm going to say we're down.
Okay, we are down.
We are down.
But what number? How many homicides were there in Portland in 2025?
I feel like I'm going to be so far off on this. I'm going to say, give me 3 a month? Is that 2 to 3 a month? Is that
36?
Am I way off on that?
That seems a little low.
Does that seem a little low? 36? All right, I'll go.
Yeah. What do you got?
I'll go 52.
52.
Give me 52. One a week.
Yeah, I'll go 60. I'll go a little higher.
Okay. The answer.
Yeah, I like one a week. I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Total number of homicides in 2025 in Portland. It is down to 51.
Hey!
God.
We're averaging less than one a week.
You know why he said 52, Stephen? Because he committed the 52nd.
We just haven't
don't know
found
about it
yet.
yet.
You don't know.
We'll find out in June.
Aha!
Not if I did my work correctly. I've always thought that seems to be. And this is going to be really dark. If you're going to murder someone, there seems to be some negative consequences to murdering someone. You're going to take the time to murder someone. You would think that the most important part of the murder is getting rid of the body, and yet everyone always seems to do it in the most haphazard way possible.
Well, because they're not premeditated, right? Like they're
okay.
crimes of passion.
I understand that, but
what
is done is done. Let's take a deep breath.
You don't just get a level head and be like, oh,
Well, why not?
Well, I don't think these murders are thinking logically.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't mean like.
No, if you're like Jeffrey Dahmer, which you seem to be kind of wired that way.
No, look, I didn't plan to ruin my dinner, but like if I burn something, I'm not like all freaking out and then like, just like going into the kitchen and throwing the most random things together. I'm like, well, dinner's wrecked. All right, let's regroup here and plot this thing out and maybe order some takeout. I'm just saying, I'm surprised at how often it's like, well, I murdered this person, therefore, I don't know, here's a creek, boom, shove, away you go.
Part of that is you only hear about murder when we know about the murder.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it stand to reason that you hear about that more often? Because the murders that you don't hear about, we don't know about.
But those are just missing people. Then.
Maybe the number is actually way higher because people are actually doing their homework.
Exactly. So the number of people
Never thought about
that have disappeared that were murdered correctly, forgive me.
The correct way to murder somebody?
That's terrible. But you know what I mean.
I think I know,
Perhaps that number way outweighs.
You know what? Then I'm going to say this. I apologize to the people out there that are doing it, as Isaac Robb said, quote, the correct way.
If you're a quality murderer.
I'm sorry.
So we had 51 stupid murders in Portland.
Yes. And who knows how many people that were doing it
How many do we think were smart murderers?
I don't know. I just like to think that
terrifying.
I would like to think that I would be one of the ones that would be like, all right, what's done is done.
You'd be a smart murderer?
I would think so. I don't want to get
a good quality? Or?
I don't want to get
No,
caught.
it's not a good quality. If the fan had it, we did this while you were away. If the fan had a Jeffrey Dahmer, it's not you, it's Swigard.
Yeah.
But you're on the medal stand, dude.
I understand.
You're receiving votes.
See, I disagree.
Yeah, totally.
I don't want to murder anyone. I'm just saying if I did, because of a crime of passion, I wouldn't go all willy-nilly and I would take my time and be like, this is... At that point, when you have committed a murder, I would assume that the most important decision in your life that you will ever make is what you do from that moment forward, and you don't rush through that.
Didn't RJ write a book that said, if I did it?
Yes.
Suk just said it.
Exactly.
Take your time, man. You got time. Where are you going?
That is in the news for Jan 2, 2026. As always, brought to you by the Advocates Injury Attorneys at advocateslaw.com. All right, today's headlines coming up. We got to get into some NFL for the weekend, and then Joey Harrington on the Ducks in the Final Four in the college football playoff. We'll get to that at 5:30. Coming up on The Fan.
This weekend only at Old Navy, get 50% off all pants for the family. Yep, 50% off all pants for the fam. Hurry in this Saturday and Sunday to save big, only at Old Navy. Valid 1, 3, and 4. Excludes clearance, maternity, active jeans, sweatpants, knit leggings, and sleep.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55
Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon Ducks dominate Texas Tech yesterday, 23-0. Freshman Jordan Davison, 2 touchdown runs. The other freshman on defense, Brandon Finney Jr., 2 INTs and a fumble recovery, helped the Ducks advance to the CFP semifinals. Now Oregon will take on the Indiana Hoosiers in a Big Ten rematch. Indiana 4-point favorite over the Oregon Ducks. It's going to be a 4:30 kickoff for that one from Atlanta. Keep it locked here on the Fan for all of your Oregon Ducks coverage. And the Trailblazers, they are back in action, tipping off here in a couple minutes against the New Orleans Pelicans down in New Orleans. Blazers 3.5-point favorites on the road. Portland's won 2 in a row. They're looking to get a winning streak of a 3rd straight win. And tonight they may do it against the worst team in the Western Conference. Big NFL weekend coming up as well. Steelers taking on the Ravens. And the Steelers got some good news as TJ Watt, their star pass rusher, he says he feels no limitations. He's excited to play as the Steelers and Ravens face off. And the Ravens got good news as well. Lamar Jackson fully practiced. He'll be good to go. Winner of that game will be AFC North champions and host a wild card playoff game. Other games this weekend on Saturday, Seahawks travel down to Santa Clara, take on the 49ers. Winner of that one seed in the NFC. Seahawks 2.5-point road favorites in that one, and we'll have that game live right here on the Fan. For more scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks Game Day, before and after every Duck.
Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Friday. It's a new year, and it's a new me.
Is it? You got that big New Year's resolution, do you?
Nope. You're getting the same old me.
Damn it.
But at least it's me.
Yeah.
I'm back.
At least you're honest about it.
My name is Isaac. Hello.
You're not one of those guys that's showing up to the gym for like 3 days, not knowing what you're doing, and then be like, yeah, I'm never going to do that.
That
again.
is not me.
No.
Here is Big Sook.
Oh, dude.
We're back together. And today, we have a new producer starting.
Yes.
His name, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Vaughn.
Little Stevie, as I like to call him, because he loves it so much. Milwaukee's own.
Yep. He's a bald man.
Concordia Hoops legend.
Played basketball. What were your stats?
I was actually pretty good. The team was horrible. We were, I believe we got last place, but I was all league. I got like 17, 18 points a night.
Ooh.
Look, he was an empty stat sheet. Look at you, were a black hole.
Yeah.
The ball went in, it wasn't coming back out. Steven was all about getting his.
Hey, I was happy though. I got an honorable mention.
What was your move? Were you what position? I mean, you seem like...
I was a wing. I was a wing, but I could kind of guard anything. I was pretty good on defense. I had the old herky jerky game. I don't really have, as the kids would say, a bag. I can't really dribble between the legs. I just kind of go random speed and then Denny Avdia style, just lower my shoulder into people. And
I was kind of thinking more like Scalabrini, but
I played in the same league as Scalabrini.
Did you really?
Yeah, at community college.
Did you ever battle the great Brian Scalabrini?
No, I wish.
Would have been phenomenal.
That would have been great.
Well, it's nice to have you.
Hey, good to be here.
Nice to have a shooter on the show. We've never had a shooter on the show.
No. You don't want me out there shooting hoops. It's not gonna. I got 5 hard fouls. I'm gonna give you and then I'm gonna blow an Achilles. That's about
key role in the team.
It's the extent of my basketball ability.
Murder people.
Yeah.
Coming up here at 5:30, we're gonna have Joey Harrington on. He's gonna join us to talk about I don't know, probably Oregon.
Yeah, I would think
they did win in Miami, and now they head to Atlanta to take on Indiana.
And if they win, they have to go back to Miami.
I know.
It's some interesting travel.
There's a lot of travel.
Yeah.
But who cares about that?
Yeah, something tells me that Dan Lanny's not going to harp on that. It's one of my favorite parts about him is I've yet to hear that man make an excuse for anything, and I love that.
No excuses. No. Did you see him on the pregame or on the game day trying to hit the goalpost with the pass?
Yeah, he was
out. Good little
Yeah, he was out there in a suit too.
Yeah,
he was out there.
So we'll have Joey on the show at 5:30. Up next, we're gonna do some NFL because
huge day tomorrow.
Yeah, well, and Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday night.
But the two of the three big ones are on Saturday.
Our Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that Seattle didn't get the standalone Sunday night game, but
oh no, that's got to be Ravens Steelers.
Yeah, but both of those teams stink, and the Seahawks and Niners are actually good. So
yeah, I just think there's more interest in Ravens Steelers nationwide.
I could see that. Well, it's a great rivalry. It's just that both teams are kind of dare I say ass.
So anyway, we'll get to that in our next segment. Of course, the club tonight, 6 to 7. How long could you stay lying down? But some headlines today. Brendan Sorsby of Cincinnati. He's going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the transfer portal. He did not play in their bowl game, and they got housed by Navy.
Yeah.
In the AutoZone Liberty Bowl.
I'm a proud. It used to be the AXA Equitable Liberty Bowl, but I'm a proud 2-time loser of the Liberty Bowl.
You lost twice?
Twice.
That's a trivia question.
I never won a bowl game.
How about would it suck to have to play Navy in a bowl game too? Like, you got to prep for that. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, no one wants. Yeah, the triple option.
So Cincinnati mailed it in. They lost 35-13.
Yeah, it happens.
But Sorsby is
Navy was good this year.
And they're saying that Sorsby is going to meet with Texas Tech.
Yep.
And he's going to meet with Lane Kiffin down at LSU. The Blazers play tonight, if you care.
Yeah. Hey, they're coming off back-to-back wins over your Boston Celtics and a nice because they beat Boston and then they had Dallas and I was like, well, they beat Boston, which means Dallas is going to blow them out. No, they beat Dallas.
You missed the game.
Did I miss one in there?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Oklahoma City House.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
Why doesn't that count?
Because it's Oklahoma City. Doesn't count. And they're done playing Oklahoma City this year.
Yeah. Got them out of the way.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. And now they're playing
knocked them off too.
Now they're playing the worst team. Well, they knocked them off the first time they played.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you knocked them off.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Well, it was the Spurs. The Spurs have gotten them a couple times. Yeah, that was their first loss of the year. And now they're playing the worst team in the league. Although
worst team in the Western Conference.
Last time they played the worst team in the West.
Housed.
Yeah, New Orleans bitch slapped them.
I hate to tell you this, guys, but New Orleans is already out to a 6-0 lead.
Do we know who's playing?
Does it matter?
Yeah, I think it does.
No,
the Blazers?
It doesn't.
The Blazers.
Nobody.
Nobody's playing and no one cares.
You see, they finally gave us an update, and it's all like, we'll see you guys in a month.
Oh my God, it's 7-0.
Did Scoot Henderson's hamstring explode and no one tell us? Like what?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, they don't want to win. They don't care about winning. Why would you care about winning? You're 14-20.
You would assume at some point you would want to see Scoot Henderson back on the floor, right?
Guys, move on.
Nah, probably not. Maybe next year. New ownership.
Yeah.
New lease on life.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Dundon's coming, so at least there's something.
What else do we have?
Dame is back next year.
Cool.
Uh-oh. Do we have a Blazer hater over there?
I love the Blazers, but as a former Blazer employee who got laid off, there is a little bit of me that does not like them.
Hey, you guys both have something in common.
Yeah.
You've both
Let's
been
bash them together.
You've both been canned by the Blazers.
Gambling and canned by the Blazers.
We have TJ Watt going to play. We have Lamar Jackson going to play Sunday night.
Yeah.
So that's good. And Josh Allen is good to go.
Yeah.
He has the longest active quarterback start streak.
Does he really?
In the NFL.
Do they, what, I mean, I guess they still have seeding. They can't win their division, but I guess they still have seeding. He's been battling that foot, and he keeps claiming that there's nothing wrong with it. Well, you keep x-raying it after games and watching him limp around. That's one of those. Keep an eye on that because their offense is basically, we're going to run 12, 13 personnel, and if we can't run the ball, oh my God, Josh, please put on your cape and do something. And if he's limping around out there, that's a huge deal if he's not anywhere near 100%.
127 game consecutive start streak.
What is Brett Favre's streak? Because I know he's the longest, which, granted, that's fueled by pills and sending nude pictures to interns, but still, it's
297.
That is one. I don't know the Cal Ripken thing is phenomenal, but no offense to baseball players. Brett Favre playing in the era that he played in when you could actually hit quarterbacks, playing damn near 300 straight games, that is the most insane streak. Like, that shit just shouldn't happen.
321 if you count playoffs.
The era has become.
He wasn't even a big guy. Josh Allen at least is built like Ben Roethlisberger. Favre is not a big guy. I've seen the photos. It's amazing what he was able to accomplish on Vicodin and Coors Lights.
Well, I think that's it for headlines. think we have a couple other bowl games today, but they're not any good.
Yeah, there's a couple other games that are still
Just
straggling.
scraggly bowl games after the playoff games is weird.
Yeah.
You know?
It always is.
But there's no good ones, I think. I think SMU plays Arizona maybe tonight.
Yeah, there's no more.
Mississippi State plays
They're on right now. It's
Wake.
Yeah, Wake.
Yeah, that's the Duke Mayo Bowl. And then the Trust and Will Holiday Bowl, that's later tonight. That's the Arizona SMU.
Trust and Will Holiday Bowl?
Trust and Will Holiday Bowl. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the last of them.
Yeah, because Texas Tech played.
Good.
They drilled Rice today. The new Pac-10, or excuse me, Pac-12 Texas State, whatever the hell they are.
Yeah.
They're in that, yeah.
That's a pretty good program, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they new? And
Yeah, everyone wanted Texas. Everyone
Yeah.
wanted Texas State.
They supposedly got a lot of money to spend.
Exactly.
So yes, this is the Duke Mayo Bowl, and then the Holiday Bowl tonight will be the last of the non-playoff bowl games.
And then we got the semifinals on Friday.
Yes.
The Ducks play. You'll have that on the fan. Okay, so when we come back, let's look ahead to Week 18 in the NFL. My Seahawks can wrap up the number 1 seed with a win in San Francisco. We'll get to that next. Then Joey Harrington on the fan.
Seahawks football is on the fan.
Darnold has time. Gonna let it fly. JSN is out there. JSN has it. Touchdown! Seahawks! A spike in the end zone and a 61-yard rocket.
Join us all
Week 18 in the NFL, which always sounds weird to say, but they do have 18 weeks.
Yes, they do.
No. And we've got the Seahawks taking on the Niners for all the Marbs.
Winner gets the bye and the number 1 seed. And
yeah, after like 3 weeks ago, well, I guess after I don't know when it was, but it was not that long ago, after Darnold threw 4 picks and the Rams beat the Seahawks, we thought for sure it would be the Rams winning the NFC West.
Yeah, not so fast. The Rams kind of imploded down the stretch, and the Rams were my Super Bowl pick going into the year, and all year I just keep kind of making excuses for them. But honestly, when you look at the games that the Rams have blown, I just don't think you can trust them. I mean, I know that there's parts of the Seahawks that I don't love. See, their offense and their run game crosses out of this. The Niners, obviously, it's injuries. I mean, at some point, their offensive injuries. I don't even know if Trent Williams is going to play in this. He's got the hammy. But, I mean, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Mikael Williams. I mean, at some point, the injuries should be too much to overcome. And then you look at the Rams, and you say, well, the Rams don't have any of those problems. And yet the Rams have gacked away so many games, including a game against Seattle, the horrible game against the Eagles. I can't trust the Rams. I mean, their special teams are awful. They fired their special teams coordinator. So I honestly don't know what to make of any one of these three. I think Seattle should beat San Francisco, but hell if I can figure this division out.
Well, Seattle has Darnold, and you don't love that.
No.
And he's good, but he doesn't he have more turnovers than anybody else?
I don't know about that, but
this year?
he certainly turns the ball over.
And then the Niners have a defense that you and I could score on.
Yes.
And then the Rams are like that. They just blow leads like the freaking Ravens.
Yeah.
So I don't know who to trust in there either.
I don't think you can trust anyone, but it's the toughest division in football. So
I got to tell you, well, yeah, there's some of the top teams. I think Seattle beats San Francisco this weekend.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow.
You think the Niners get them? Well, it's in San Francisco.
No,
so.
I think the Seahawks.
Oh, you think the Seahawks get them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just because, and it may be recency bias, but my God, watching Chicago just go up and down the field on San Francisco's defense, they can't stop anybody.
Sam Darnold, 3rd in the NFL in interceptions thrown.
But he also has some fumbles.
Right. I just looked up interceptions.
Who's the top 2 picks?
Geno Smith and Tua.
That's not the company you want to be in.
No. And that's what I'm saying.
Someone put this out. So the Rams this year, they were 8.5-point favorites against the Niners and gacked that game away. They were a 10-point favorite against the Panthers. The Panthers, who stink, despite them probably being in the playoffs, lost that. They lost a 7-point game against the Falcons where they got the doors blown off of them. And everyone was like, what the hell was that? Remember they gacked the 26-7 lead against the Eagles, which was the most inexcusable game to lose. And then the Seahawks, 13-14 with 6.5 minutes to play, and they found a way to lose.
31-14.
31-14? And they found a way.
You said 13-14.
Oh, excuse me. 30-14.
Which would be weird.
30-14.
31-14.
No, it was 30.
Oh, it was 30. Okay.
30-14 with 6.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. We're taunting Seahawks players and then found a way to lose the game. I did not think that you could blow a game worse than they did against the Eagles, and they were like, hold my beer. So I don't know what to make of it.
Who needs the game more, Seattle or San Francisco?
I think San Francisco needs it.
You think Seattle and Sam Darnold can go on the road and win playoff games?
I think their defense, I'm a believer of defense travels. And so given the two, yes. And McDonald has been really good away from
really good. The record's
CenturyLink. I always forget what the hell that thing is called now.
The Link.
The Link. They have been really good. And I just trust I trust a defense to travel, whereas the Niners, I mean, Brock Purdy's on a heater right now, but I don't know. You can't win with that level of defensive injury. So I think that the Niners need to win this more than the Seahawks do.
Then we got Tampa and Carolina for the division. So it's for a playoff spot, right?
Yeah. Tampa's 1-7, by the way, in their last 8 games.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're awful.
They've melted down.
Not just a playoff spot, Rob. Home game in the playoffs.
Right.
Yes.
But then the loser is out, right?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Well, the loser's out. They would need a cavalcade of errors. Yes, it's win or go home. Winners in, losers out.
So who do we trust there? Tampa's been melting down.
The Panthers will win this game.
You think so?
Yeah. The Panthers are a better team right now than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know that's weird, but I'm telling you, Tampa effing stinks. And I think something's wrong with Baker Mayfield. I do. I think he's injured. He cannot push the ball downfield. Baker is dealing with something that wouldn't shock me if after the season we found out he needs to have surgery. This reminds me of Cleveland, the last year in Cleveland when we were asking what's wrong with Baker. Something's going on there. Something is not right. They are in complete and total meltdown mode. And Carolina, on the other hand, my working theory on the Carolina Panthers, Carolina against average to bad teams, they're fine. Like they're adequate. They play hard. They're schematically they're fundamentally sound. But when they play better teams, they just get suffocated. See, like when they played Seattle, and Seattle tried to let them in that game, and they can't take advantage of it. So they're not a bad team. They just have a limit to where they're at. The Buccaneers are legitimately a bad team right now. They just are.
Yeah, actually, for the Panthers, guys, all they need is the Falcons to beat the Saints, and the Panthers are in. So the Panthers can lose.
I thought they needed like
that, right?
I thought they needed like 3 things to get in.
No, either.
So the Panthers can lose in Tampa, and if the Falcons win,
and the Falcons beat the Saints, the Panthers are in the playoffs.
Are they really?
Yes.
Jesus.
Boy,
so we're gonna get both of those teams in there, maybe?
No.
No.
That would just
the Bucs would be out. It would just be the Panthers.
Yeah, the division would go their way.
I got you.
I thought maybe it was because of last week's result, but I thought they needed like 3 or 4 wonky things.
Right, yeah, because the Falcons beat the Rams. I think that threw everything off.
That's right.
Now you said the Panthers melt down when it comes to good teams. They beat the Rams.
They beat the Rams,
and they won at Green Bay.
Look,
those are pretty nice wins.
Yeah. The against better teams, they put up 10 against the Seahawks. Who was it? The Bills absolutely blew the doors off of them. Carolina is a plucky team that plays hard, but they just don't have the horses. And Bryce Young against good defenses looks like Bryce Young.
Bryce Young is horrible.
Yes. They scored 7 points, I think, against the Saints. Dude, they're not good. The Niners choked them out.
I don't think anyone's saying they're good.
They're better than.
But we're talking about the Bucs too.
They stuck around with Seattle last week for a little bit.
Yeah, again, but they can't score. And by the way, the Seahawks Lumen Field. I don't know why I keep calling it Lumen.
Oh, I thought it was the CenturyLink.
No, it's Lumen.
Did it used to be CenturyLink?
It used to be CenturyLink. Now it's Lumen Field.
Didn't they call it the Clink?
It's been Lumen for a while. So
get it?
I see.
And then who do we like? Steelers, Raves. Do you think the tides have turned and the Ravens are?
I don't. Both of these teams are just maddening to me. Maddening. I'm done picking the Ravens. The Ravens are my new I want to believe.
You and me both, dude.
But they're not good.
They wrote me.
They've cost me a lot of money this year.
They're not,
Same.
Yeah.
I always buy. I can't quit John Harbaugh.
No,
he makes me so mad.
Well,
does Harbaugh kind of stink as a coach now?
Yes, I think he should be fired if they do not. I'm serious. I think he should be fired.
I agree.
If they don't win this game,
the problem that
losing coach gets fired.
There you go.
What if?
Well, it sounds like
pack your bags.
There's a rumor that if Pittsburgh loses, that Tomlin will sit out a year, do TV, and then he'll be the Mike Vrabel of the next coaching cycle. Same thing. Something's wrong with Lamar, and it's not going to magically get fixed. And I think he's just beat up. But I think so much of what the Ravens are is simply, much like I said with Josh Allen, Lamar puts a cape on. Lamar Jackson, when healthy, is a force multiplier that covers up a lot of the deficiencies of the Ravens. And at the beginning of the year, their defense was so stinking bad, but like they do every year, they worked it out. They got better in the secondary, and their defense doesn't stink anymore. But we keep waiting for Lamar Jackson to put on the cape, and it's not coming. It's not. It hasn't come all year, and it's not going to. So
did they figure out the formula though against the Packers? Just run 35 times with Derrick Henry?
Yeah, but here's what the Ravens will do. They'll just stop doing it for some reason.
Inexplicably.
That Chiefs game, the AFC Championship game a couple years ago. They didn't run. They just passed.
I can't. I'm done. I'm done believing in the Ravens. So until they prove me otherwise, the only saving grace here is I think Pittsburgh isn't a real team either.
The Ravens beat them the first time.
I just have no.
They didn't beat them technically.
Yes,
but they did.
Yes.
I mean, the likely touchdown, that was the one that was called back.
Yep.
I mean, they beat it. For all intents and
the
purposes,
Ravens should win this game. The Ravens should.
Well, they
win
are
it.
favored.
They should win this
on
game.
the road.
They should win this game.
3.5 is the number.
It's crazy because in these games, Seattle's favored on the road.
Yeah.
And then Pittsburgh's favored or Baltimore's favored on the road.
That's right. Yeah. And Tampa's favored over Carolina.
Yeah, 3. I think it's 3, but Tampa's home.
Yeah, I think Seattle and Baltimore. I think the two road favorites get it done. I don't know about the Tampa Carolina game.
I'll tell you the game that I have the least faith in one team. I give you the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, you could say, "Oh, Baker, something's wrong," but then all I have to say is Bryce Young.
Dude,
checkmate.
Dude, they have not won a game. They are 1-7, and the one win
they've
in that
looked bad
is the Arizona Cardinals.
Maybe Bowles will get fired. They lose this game. Bowles might be the guy to go.
Probably. They have lost to the Patriots. Now, to be fair, the schedule is tougher than some of the others. They have lost to the Bills, the Patriots, the Rams, the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Dolphins. They are drowning. Todd Bowles is up there bitching and moaning about people caring. Levante David all of a sudden looks like he's 1,000 years old. Baker Mayfield looks injured. That team is just they're drowning. All they had to do, they couldn't beat the Saints, Falcons, Panthers, or Dolphins, and they wouldn't be in this spot. And I know that the Saints all of a sudden are playing better, but like, I mean, you really like?
Yeah, you got to win in Miami with Quinn Ewers.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah. So Carolina's going to win this. Carolina's going to be a playoff team.
Come on, man. All right, coming up next, Joey Harrington will tell us what he sees when he watches Dante Moore and Oregon's chances against Indiana. The former Duck quarterback joins us when we return for his weekly hit here on The Fan. But first, here is Steven with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Oregon Ducks dominated the Texas Tech Red Raiders yesterday 23-0. Freshman Jordan Davison led the way, 2 touchdowns on the ground, while the other freshman, Brandon Finney Jr., he had 2 INTs and a fumble recovery on defense. Dominating effort out of Oregon, especially on the defensive side. Now up for the Ducks is a CFP semifinal game against the Indiana Hoosiers, who crushed Alabama in the Rose Bowl. Indiana, 4-point favorite over the Oregon Ducks. It's going to be a 4:30 kickoff from that one down in Atlanta. Keep it locked in on The Fan for all of your Ducks coverage. Trailblazers are back in action tonight. They are on the road taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. Blazers were 3.5-point road favorites entering the game, but Trailblazers down here late in the first quarter, 28-25. The Pelicans are up over the Blazers. For the Trailblazers, Shaden Sharp, 7 points. For the New Orleans Pelicans, they are led by Bryce McGowan's former Blazer. He has 8 points. Big NFL weekend this weekend, and one of the highlight games is the Ravens taking on the Steelers, and both teams got some good news today. Steelers pass rusher TJ Watt says he feels no limitations from his punctured lung. He's expected to play as the Steelers and Ravens face off for the AFC North Championship. And for the Ravens, they're going to be getting back MVP quarterback Lamar Jackson. He fully practiced today. He'll be good to go. Winner gets a home playoff game. And then the other big one, Seattle taking on the San Francisco 49ers down in Santa Clara. Winner of this game will be not only the NFC West champion, but the NFC's #1 seed. Seattle's 2.5-point road favorites in that game. We'll have all the coverage and have that game live right here on The Fan. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy on WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson.
Welcome back. We've got Steven on the keys over there.
It's the learning game.
Yeah. Well, he's being trained by a 12-year-old.
Who doesn't really know what he's doing and is wearing a Yankee hat and Steeler jacket. So there's a lot happening right now behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, selfishly, I love the Joey Harrington intro song.
Agreed.
And I sing along to it.
Yeah. And now it's not here.
And the guys missed it today. That's okay.
Can we get it on the
week.
second segment?
Yeah,
perhaps?
maybe the second segment. I think that's right.
I would like to hear it.
That's right. But anyway.
The other day I was listening to the Fall Guy theme song, and it puts me in a good mood. It's the same, those 80s themes, they just work.
Well, I mean, the man writes and performs the song. The least we can do is play the damn thing.
Agreed.
Joey, can you read me?
What the hell just happened?
What? What did you say?
I said, what the hell just happened there?
Well, they didn't play the open. We got Steven, who we're very happy to have. He's our new producer. He screwed up.
It's on me.
Steven?
Yeah.
Steven, he looks like a Steven. Steven, let me tell you why I suck as a salesman. Let's say I got this guy who's even remotely interested in buying something. That's why I get all excited. Like, Joe, nobody? Nothing?
You texted me that
I sent
today.
that to you earlier.
I know.
And I got nothing.
Dude,
I got crickets.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh.
Suk doesn't
That
know.
was
He's
my
the
pretty
movie.
new pet. I love my pet. You're naughty. It's a naughty pet. And that's what I take my pet and I go.
What is that?
That's Chris.
You know what he's talking
That's Chris
about?
Farley
From what?
Tommy Boy.
I killed it. I killed my possible sale. That's when people like me, you and me, Rob, we got to move on.
Yeah. It's the chicken.
Nothing?
It's the old chicken wings.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we got the meat lovers pizza in the trunk. We're good. I can turn the fire back on if you want to.
Yeah, you can't movie quotes on Rop. You're just
Yeah.
I
just don't.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing how you are one and Suka's one too. I think that's an amazing ability that you guys have to remember.
Spin in and out of them.
Yeah, you guys remember all these lines. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I
Well,
can't.
it wasn't Steven. It was Helen. I mean, let's be honest here. It wasn't. But you threw Steven out there today. I was like, Steven, who's Steven? Steven, you look like a Steven.
I knew where he was going with it. There's nothing worse though than when you have a great one and it goes on deaf ears. A little bit of you dies inside.
I got straight crickets this afternoon. It's like, hey, we got a new producer, Steven, and hey, we good, and nothing. I got nothing back.
Yeah, I didn't. I forgot to respond to.
Joe, you will appreciate the worst one. It made me
kind of like when I extended an invite to the sing along to Suk. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I would like to point out I did not get an invite. I was never invited. That never made it to me. So yeah, I'm just saying.
Well, you weren't here.
He could have texted.
He could have.
Didn't. The worst one I ever had is
What
I
a
was
jerk this guy is.
I know. It made me question my whole relationship. We were in Mexico, and down in outside of PV is the jungle that I guess they filmed Predator in. And me and the missus were hiking through the jungle, and I was dropping Predator quotes because I told her, I was like, this is the Predator jungle. And I got cut on like I don't know, there's like a barbed wire thing that we kind of had to climb over. And I got a cut and I was bleeding. And I walked for like 10 minutes waiting for her to notice that she could say, you're bleeding. And then I could turn and I went, I ain't got time to bleed. And she responded with, oh, what are you talking about? Let's bet. I'm like, no.
Say the right thing.
Predator, say the right. She just looked at me. She's like, what? You're bleeding. I was like, damn it. It's like I was waiting for like 10 minutes. I was like, she has to understand. She's gonna remember. She didn't. And a little bit of me died inside.
He has no
Deep
response.
breath. That's all you can do is just like take a deep breath and reset and say, you know what? Not everybody thinks the way that we do. Yeah. And that's what makes the world so great.
But a little bit, it hurts.
That is what makes the world
it
hurt.
does.
By the way, P1 Augie is in. He says one of his favorite all-time memories at University of Oregon is Joey quoting Tommy Boy to him on the front porch of Rennie's the night before your graduation.
I probably said the same damn line that I just said a minute ago.
Probably did. Well, fella, they are in the semis. Looked pretty good against Texas Tech, right? I mean, pretty good.
Pretty good. That was the greatest defensive performance I've seen from an Oregon football team.
Yes.
It was. Really? And I was trying to think, like, those Haloti defenses were incredible. Like, and I'm sure there have been, obviously there have been shutouts before, but like this was another level. This was This was dominant. This was like, at no point was there ever even a moment where it was like, oh, this. Even when Texas Tech was down in the red zone, I still wasn't. I wasn't nervous. Like this was as good an Oregon defensive performance as I have ever seen.
How much of that was Texas Tech's offense?
I would argue that Oregon's defense created Texas Tech's offense. Like, sure, did QB miss the ball? First interception, he missed a bit inside. Incredible break on that on the route. But I mean, I'm going back to the last interception. He completely baited him into throwing that ball. Right? I saw exactly what the quarterback was thinking. He was thinking, I've got man coverage, I've got pressed up top, I got a corner out coming over the top, and my outside guys are going to draw coverage, and I'm going to loft it over the top, inside receiver on a linebacker for a touchdown, and he dropped right underneath it. Like, this was forced fumbles. This was corners making tackles on the edges. This is safeties driving up and meeting people in the hole. This was strips, not strip sacks. This was fumbles that land. Like, they created all of this. This wasn't Texas Tech being inept. This was created by an Oregon defense that played absolutely phenomenal.
I agree, but I do think two things can be true. And this was, I said going into it, I did not think Texas Tech's offense was very good at all. And I think those numbers were way overblown. That being said, Oregon's defense was phenomenal, but I thought from a game plan standpoint and from an execution standpoint, I thought Texas Tech was atrocious. And yes, you do have to give Oregon a lot of credit for forcing a lot of those. But there's a reason why Morton was crying on the sidelines in the third quarter. And some of those balls you can't throw. You can't. Not when you're playing for a national title. And on that play that you're talking about, the one in the corner of the end.
Which ball? Well, he can't throw the ball to the end zone. He made a massive mistake on the corner out to the end zone. I mean, the corner dropped underneath it, completely baited him. Well, and as somebody who has been baited in that exact same situation, I know what he was thinking. I know what he saw.
Well, the other one too that I'll and this is where I say it's not just on Morton. So the outside receiver. So we got a little 3x3. Going there on Oregon. So it does look, man, you got kind of a linebacker safety kind of hanging around there, but it does look 3-on-3. If you're that outside receiver, my God, he runs 2 steps and stops.
Exactly. I mean, your job is to occupy the corner so that he can't do that.
I could not believe it is 13-0. I'm sitting there watching that game and I'm like, it's 13-0 and you know that fade is coming. And that outside receiver, boy, if that guy didn't get an old fashioned ass chewing, and that's what I'm saying, like, top to bottom, it wasn't just on Morton. I don't know what Texas Tech's offense. I don't know if they just were demoralized at that point, but there were.
Okay, but who created the demoralization?
Oregon's defense,
right? And that's my point. Yeah. Is Texas Tech didn't stink. Texas Tech didn't come in as the worst offense in college football.
No, they didn't.
Texas Tech was put into that mindset. Yeah. They were put into a place where they felt like they could not do anything because of the play of the Oregon defense. And yes, you're right. There on any play in the second half, you could pick out a guy who was not giving you effort, who was, you go back into the film room and there's a loaf and there's a loaf.
It was shocking.
And there's a loaf. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But that was created because of what Oregon did in the first half.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you that. I think that's a fair statement.
Okay, well, let's talk about the offense then. How about that? We will do that coming up next with our friend Joey Harrington here, courtesy Mods PDX on the Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
One back behind him. It's Williams, I believe. He empties. Back to throw. Looking left. Throws it left. And it is intercepted in the end zone. Knee it down, Brandon Finney Jr. and give your team the football back.
Yeah, it was one of those games, even though it was close early. It's like watch the Oregon defense play and you go, they got
that was the one. It was 13-0 right at the start of the fourth quarter, and if they score there, it's a different game. But Finney makes that interception and ball game. Thanks for coming.
Mods PDX, the future of building is here.
The Fan is live on YouTube, Twitch, and now Window Nation brings you The Window into the Fan on-demand YouTube video shorts with your favorite fan shows and hosts. The Window into the Fan is brought to you.
Feels better.
It feels so much
There you
better. Joey, hello?
Hi.
Hello? We got you.
Rights have been wrong.
We got your open there. So, hope
I was listening. I heard that.
Do you sing along with it?
Do I sing along with it? No, but I do like. Oh man, I wish I would have had like a screen guard on the P for the pops. Or
Yeah,
I wonder
that.
like. Yeah, and I was like, well, I kind of did it all on my phone on like the GarageBand thing. I was like, man, there's a lot of echo. Like maybe I could have done so. I kind of sit there and critique it.
Well, maybe we need to reproduce it. Yeah. Let's reproduce it.
Hey, the remix?
Yeah.
Remix. Oh, we could bring in like a band.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like
we're digressing.
I can be on the tambourine if you want. I'm just saying.
I'll do backup vocals.
Fair. Okay, you can hit the harmonies.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
the offense. Let's talk about the Oregon offense. I'm curious, as a man who played the position, about your thoughts on Dante Moore. Where do you think Dante Moore is on the learning curve of playing the quarterback position at a high level?
Frame that a little more for me, and let me ask a question back. Are we talking about in terms of his total potential, or are we talking about in terms of college football?
No, I think college football. I think where he is right now. I mean, I see good poise, but there's inexperience there, and I want to see what you think when you watch him.
Well, yeah. I mean, you said I can't remember what the exact term is, college football journey or potential or where he is, and I immediately thought like, okay, is he like 75 out of 100 or like what can he turn into in the NFL? Look, what he did. What are we? Week 8, week 9, when he was void of any wide receivers. Right, goes to the throw he made at Iowa, that the way he managed the game against Wisconsin, essentially like not throwing an incompletion in November. Like there was a maturity that happened. Right, we saw potential. We saw, like, oh man, this guy could be really good at the beginning of the season, and then he had a stretch, and it was forced upon him, right? A lot of quarterbacks learn this over the course of a year or two, or they, hey, you get a little bit in week 2, and then you get some in week 7. He had a stretch there right in the middle of the season where he had to manage this team, right? And that's always got such a horrible connotation. It's you think, well, he's a game manager. That means he can't be explosive and he's not a good quarterback. No. Your number one job as a quarterback is to manage that offense, is to know what everybody out there is doing, is to know what your right guard is doing, to know what the slot receiver on the left side is doing, to know that I don't like the matchup of my running back chipping off the DN, to know that I got a 6'4" receiver on a 5'10" corner, and I like the matchup of throwing a fade over there. Like, to truly understand what everybody is doing, how it fits together, and then what you do to facilitate that. And sometimes that means not taking chances. Sometimes that means, and it's such an overused cliche, just taking what the defense gives you. And that's what he did for about, let's call it 3 or 4 weeks. And that's something that a lot of quarterbacks take years to learn. And in this game against Texas Tech, it absolutely paid dividends, because you know what a lot of younger quarterbacks would do in this situation? They would have forced the ball. They would have tried to make a play on their own. They would have, instead of, how many times do we see him hitting the running back out of the backfield? 5-step drop, 1001, 1002, nope. Back late release, hits him in the flat. Like, did he get massive big plays? No, he didn't. But he also didn't turn the ball over. He didn't give Texas Tech an opportunity to explode. He didn't make big plays, but he was also getting his head beat in for, probably say, half of the first half. So where is he on his journey? I think he is on the verge of becoming somebody, and special is too small of a word, right? If he comes back to college football next year, there is a very clear opportunity that he could win a national championship and a Heisman Trophy. That's the reality of what he is. And he could also leave right now and go to the NFL and be a potential top 10 pick and have a tremendous NFL career, right? So that's the question, is like, what are we comparing this against? What's the situation?
Well, I think what I had in my head was his ultimate college potential. In other words, leading to the question that you just brought up, and that is, if he were to come back, I guess my next question would be, in what ways would he be better? Like what is the next
He'd be
step?
explosive and efficient.
Yeah. Okay.
He would take those. He would, in games this season where, what was the final score at Iowa? 14-13 or something like that.
I want to say it was 18-16 off the top of my head.
18-16.
I mean, what?
18-16, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Those types of games, he would grab it by the throat, and he would there's a knowledge and a confidence. So I'm trying to think of how to best describe this. What he did extremely well for a month of this season is not make a mistake. He learned that my job here is to make sure we get to the other side. If he comes back to college football next year in those situations, he will have already said, "No, I know exactly how I'm going to make sure we get to the other side, and I'm going to throw this dagger down your throat right now. Game over. Thanks so much." Right? That's the difference. Is he had dagger moments this year, and he had efficient moments this year. To combine those all throughout the course of a game, throughout the course of a season, it would be surgical in what he would do next year.
I would like to see him if he comes back. I would like to see the pocket presence get a little better. I think he's actually better out of the pocket than he is in the pocket. I would like to see him manipulate the pocket a little more. I'd like to see him use his legs a little bit more because I do think I think he's a better athlete than people give him credit for. And
this is very Bo Nix-ish in what you're saying right now. There was a moment where he took a sack, and we're laying on the couch there, and it's 9:17 in the morning on New Year's Day, and it's like, what the hell are we watching the Ducks for? And number 31, and forgive me, I can't remember the Texas Tech D end, comes off the end for like the 17th time, and instead of stepping forward in the pocket and letting him run by, Dante backed up. He felt the pressure and took a step back, and wham, sack, boom. And I said to Jack and Emma, I was like, if he would have just taken a step forward, that guy goes right by him and he delivers the ball right over the middle. And that's exactly that's the little things that Bo Nix did from junior to senior year, right? And we saw the progression of how surgical he could be between those two. It's a great point in what he could do to get better between now and then.
But I think, the ball comes off of his hand, and I think if he comes out, and I don't know if he does or not, I think he'll be the number one pick. I think Mendoza is going to get picked apart a little bit. I think he's an RPO guy. I think he's very rigid, and I think he's a really smart guy that plays in a system and is well coached. And he knows how to play that system. That's not a system that works in the NFL. I think when you watch Dante Moore, I think people are. I just think if those are the two going head to head, I'll put a significant amount of money that Dante Moore goes ahead of Mendoza. I just love the way the ball comes off of his hands. And I think people forget. So he's got 14 starts, and I don't count any of the UCLA stuff. He's played 14 games. I think he's just scratching the surface of how good he can be. It's just a matter of whether he chooses to hone that craft in college or take $55 guaranteed million and go be a top 3 pick.
Which is exactly why I posed the question back. Is like, what's the question about? Is it what is his ceiling? What could his ceiling be in the NFL? It could be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, because Joey brought it up. We've seen the throw against Penn State in overtime, the throw to Washington, Benson in between 4 guys that broke the game up against Washington open. The throw against Iowa is the best. You won't find a better throw in college football all year.
No.
And so there are these moments, and when those moments become regular, when there's 3 or 4 of those a game, again, let's go back to the Texas Tech one. That ended up being a close game, obviously, for 3 quarters. If he recognizes that safety that's playing in the middle of the field, if he recognizes that safety is coming downhill, instead of, oh crap, there's a safety in the middle of the field, I can't throw the post. No, that safety's flat-footed. If I put some air under this, I've got Sadiq.
Cut it loose.
He cuts it loose. That's a touchdown, and that game is over quicker. And we've seen him make that throw, see the one at Penn State. It's just that's that recognition, and I think that only comes with time. but
it's an interesting thing too, because being able to have that recognition or being able to have that experience for another year at the collegiate level and still being good and so much better than everybody else that you can say, oh, I see it, I get it, I learn, versus going to the NFL and having somebody's face mask in your jaw and having your job up for grabs and having a coaching staff waiting to get fired, right? And trying to learn in that situation. Like, there's no guarantee that is going to, there's no guarantee that is going to turn into future success in the NFL, but those are the type of things that he can learn by coming back for another year in college.
Gee, I wonder who we could talk to on the show about that type of experience. Okay, so
but I played 5 years, so it's a little bit different. That's why I kind of paused. I was like, but it's a little different because he's still young.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll hopefully we can get you on early next week, because obviously the game is on Friday. So we'll have the game and not you on Friday.
Oh.
So we'll get more into Indiana. But I just wanted your initial thought when you saw that Indiana clobbers Alabama, and now you're like, okay, Indiana rematch. What was your initial thought?
They're really good.
Too good?
They're too good now. No.
Yeah.
No, it's always tough to beat a team twice. And I think it's fair to say that they're the favorite to win the national championship. I think them being the favorite right now is a fair money line. Yeah. They've shown it, and you have to give them credit. Credit them for coming into Autzen and beating us. Credit them for beating Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. Credit them for absolutely boat racing Alabama in the Rose Bowl. You have to respect that. And at the same time, if Oregon's defense plays the way they did against Texas Tech, oh boy, we could have a good one there.
Yeah. All right. Well, are you ready for a Thursday hit next week?
Oh, Thursday. Oh, school's back. Yes. I think. Hopefully. Yes, yeah. We can do it.
Kids
Why
are back
not?
in school. Let's do it.
Anything for you. Yeah. Anything for you guys.
You're the best. All right. Thank you, Joey. Have a great weekend.
We lost him.
Joey Harrington, courtesy of Mont's PDX. The future of building is here. Yeah, we'll try to get him on Thursday. Yeah. Preview Indiana, and then the game. Of course, we'll have the game and all the pregame stuff and all that stuff.
I'm excited. And by the way, to beat Indiana,
I am too.
Great
game.
Again, was very complimentary there of Dante Moore, and I think Dante Moore is going to go really high in the draft. Dante Moore has to be a lot better against Indiana. I thought he was confused. I thought he was unsure of where he was going with the ball. And a lot of those sacks, not all of them, but a lot of those sacks were coverage. I don't know where to go with the ball. And Indiana will do that to people. And in order to beat Indiana, he has to, the second time around, see their fastball and adjust to it.
He does. But this is what worries me. Is, you just heard Joey talk about the progression of a quarterback.
Yep.
And couple that with what you just said, realistically,
it's tough.
That doesn't happen. It takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight or in a week.
No.
Particularly against a defense as good as Indiana.
Yep.
That's what really scares me about this game.
Yep.
Is I'm just not sure Dante Moore is quite as good as he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's not quite there yet in that evolution, and we saw that the first time they played.
Yes, and I totally see where you're coming from on that. I would just hope that Will Stein and company the second time around will be like, we got fooled so many times. Let's not get fooled again. But Indiana has fooled just about everyone that they've played. That defense may not be as talented as Texas Tech's, but they're better disciplined, and they just don't make mistakes, and they hunt. And I love what Signetti and company do over there.
Is it as simple as if Oregon can block? They can block that front line, they're going to win.
But it's not necessarily a blocking thing. Again, Indiana, it's a lot of confusion. To go back and look at some of their pressures, Indiana doesn't really blitz 6 and 7 guys. They'll bring 4. They just bring 4 from where you don't think it's coming. So it's a matter of if they bluff you into thinking, hey, we're coming over here, and now we bring 2 off the edge, that guy's unblocked. I mean, that's where Indiana really specializes. Oh, hey, we're giving you a cover 3 look. Well, it's not cover 3 because we rotated our safeties. And they just are really good at, think what the NFL does. They make you pre-snap, the look is never what it appears to be. And so once the ball snapped, you have to be able to adjust to it. And Dante Moore was not able to adjust to what Indiana, and the offensive line too. The offensive line was not able to adjust to Indiana's looks And then the run game just didn't really get going against them because it's really hard to run against Indiana.
Yeah, they're going to need the run game for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, more on that game next week. We move on to the club. Who won the most recent laying down competition? And how long could you stay laying down? That's next on The Fan.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S.
Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Oregon Ducks. They beat Texas Tech on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday morning. Wins 23-0. Freshman Jordan Davison, 2 rushing touchdowns. Brandon Finney Jr., 2 INTs and a fumble recovery. Ducks defense dominating, as you just heard from Joey Harrington. We'll catch that podcast with Joey. Really good one there, talking about the game. Next up for the Ducks, they'll be taking on the Indiana Hoosiers in a Big Ten matchup from earlier this season when Indiana went into Austin and won. Hoosiers 4-point favorites over the Ducks. It's going to be 4:30 kickoff from Atlanta. Keep it locked into The Fan all week long next week for all your Ducks coverage. Trailblazers back in action after a couple days off. They take on the New Orleans Pelicans in New Orleans. Late second quarter, Trailblazers are up 56-53 over the Pelicans. Denny Advia, 20 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Shaden Sharp, 11 points, chipping in for the Blazers. Blazers won 2 in a row, looking for a 3-game winning streak. Big NFL weekend as well. And good news for the Steelers and the Ravens as they face off for an NFC North championship. Steelers going to get back T.J. Watt as he's recovering from a punctured lung. Watt says he feels no limitations and is excited to play for the Steelers. And for the Ravens, former MVP Lamar Jackson practiced today off the injury report. Both teams getting a little healthy for that matchup for the AFC North. And then earlier tomorrow, Saturday night, Seattle Seahawks, they take on the San Francisco 49ers down in Santa Clara. Seahawks 2.5-point favorites on the road. We'll have that game live right here on The Fan. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network.
Milwaukee. Oak Grove, to be exact. Great little area over there.
Home of the Olds now?
Yeah, my Olds live, they live in Milwaukee.
I'm excited that Jack Rupp's a Milwaukee resident.
He's a Milwaukeean.
Yeah.
He loves the Milwaukeeans that he is meeting at his new facility.
Is there a Bi-Mart in Milwaukee?
No.
I don't think so.
No. But there's one up in Southeast, so it's not too far.
I was going to say, I would assume that the Olds have experienced the Bi-Mart already.
You know, believe it or not, I have not taken them to Bi-Mart.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are the troops even fighting for if Jack Rupp can't retire and spend his golden years hanging out at the Bi-Mart?
That's my New Year's resolution, take my parents to Bi-Mart.
Just be like, hey.
I dream big.
Just be like, hey, you guys are good. I got a real special treat for you right now. Maybe get him a nice membership.
I'll tell you what, he's going to love it.
Yeah.
It's only $5.
The deal.
By the way, the Bi-Mart guy brought in a bunch of whiskey for us. Did you get your whiskey?
Oh, yeah. That went down on New Year's Eve, by the way.
Yeah.
So, appreciate that.
Thanks, Bi-Mart guy. Guy's great. Place is great. Let's go. Anyway, we're running behind, so I'm going to blame Steven. We're going to blame Joey. Anybody but us, of course.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
And then,
we've been great today as far as you know.
God, on point. First game back. Straight out of the...
You okay? Straight out of
What's the sports saying? Straight out of
the...
I don't know what I'm... we're off the bench.
You're throwing heat. You came out of the pen and you're throwing gas.
Yeah, I didn't have any warm-up pitches. I haven't been here for 2 weeks.
Straight
Come
out,
back and just killing it.
Straight out throwing.
Right, Steven?
Oh, 100%.
Just killing it.
You guys are killing it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What?
Well, anyway, we'll have to take a break. And then I'm going to tell you who won the laying down contest.
Can't believe there was a laying down contest.
I know, isn't that great?
I could not do this. I struggle laying down for extended period of time.
I think that people will be surprised. So how many hours, I'll ask you this.
Yeah.
How many hours do you think the laying down contest winner
It is going to be an obscene
stayed
amount.
laying
Hundreds.
down?
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
I think so.
Okay, I think you will be surprised at the answer.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I was going to say days. I was going to say like 2 days.
Okay.
Well, it's probably going to be that bastard, what is it, Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka? That son of a bitch.
He lived in the bed.
Dude lived in the bed till that golden ticket came, and all of a sudden he's dancing. He kicked that dude in the head.
So you're saying 48 hours?
Yeah. Like
I'm thinking more like 100, and I'll go maybe not hundreds.
48 to 50.
But I'm saying more like 100, and I'm going to say like 115.
Okay. Well, we'll get the answer coming up next on The Fan.
Look at Portland traffic.
Highway 26 eastbound, slow moving from before Jefferson Street to the Vista Ridge Tunnel. Out of Vancouver, I-5 southbound over the Interstate Bridge, no delays making your way into Portland. 205 southbound over the Glen Jackson Bridge, also a great drive. I'm Abby Curlette with traffic.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe.
You know I don't like work.
No, you do not.
So, this was in Mongolia, I believe.
You know, Mongolia is a quiet little sneaky bucket list place for me.
Is that right?
Yeah, I want to go do one of those like Mongolian, like where you like ride the horses and you go out and like do the yurts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see what Mongolia has to offer.
Okay. I don't know much about Mongolia. I can't.
It's just kind of one of those places that I hope one day that I end up It's like Iceland. Like, why would you go there? Yeah, you stand up there, and it's pretty cool. I want to give Mongolia a shot.
So they did this. So 240 people gathered in a shopping center for a lying flat contest. And it's inspired by this mindset that celebrates opting out of the grind and just, lowering your stress level.
Or just being a lazy piece of crap.
Right. Well, we talked about the guy who built the chair that the bed that he...
Yeah. He just like moved around it.
Yeah, it was like a wheelchair, but it was a bed.
Yeah, because that's what we
So
need.
he's constantly in bed.
I've never met someone who's so busy that needs to just lay around all day. That's usually you're not busy, you're just lazy.
So you could play on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can eat food. You can eat takeout.
Okay.
Okay. If you had to pee, you had to go in a diaper.
Really?
Yeah.
You couldn't do a bottle?
No.
That's where I lose.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, you couldn't pee in the diaper?
I don't think so.
You just didn't want to?
Well, I would have
Well,
thought
it's part of the rules.
I thought there was a bathroom stipulation here. This is going to change my whole thing.
Well, I got a little stage fright sometimes when I go and pee, so
Well,
I'm not
like-
peeing in front of everybody in a diaper.
Well, you would do it like after.
Well, nobody knows you're peeing. You're clothed.
Well, but still, now you're still in a wet diaper.
Not good.
No.
I think you can change the diaper, though. I think. I would imagine.
Well, like when.
Maybe not.
Well, I just assumed that there would be a piss bottle. So
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Well, no, I don't think there was the pee bottle because they don't want to see your wee-wee. Like, that you can't.
Well, then you can't change your diaper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
probably
wrong?
not,
What's wrong with
Right.
just putting a blanket over you, leaning like?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to pee in a bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's actually quite easy. Like
Well, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah, after football games, like all the painkillers and everything would wear off, and then sometimes you would wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, "Oh my God, I'm in screaming pain," and you couldn't get up. So you would just keep a bowl or a bottle by your bed, and then you would lean over, and there you go. And I just a bag of Doritos also, by the way, works really, really well. I mean, there's a million ways to do that. I would just like the diaper to me is the worst method to pee yourself while laying in bed.
Well, that was the rule.
All right.
So you could kill time on your phone. You could have takeout. You could flip through a book, but you could not stand. You could not sit. You could not head to the bathroom. You could roll, but you cannot leave the mattress. That's when game was over.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the person that laid down the longest won, and apparently, in just 24 hours, 186 of the 240 were out.
I'm telling you, if you ever woke up and you don't feel well, and you lay in bed, it's only a couple hours before your back kind of starts to hurt. You start getting fidgety. I cannot, like that. There's no way I could lay in bed for 24 hours awake. That would drive me insane.
Well, you'd sleep some of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would suck.
Yeah.
This would be so what I was going to say is you guessed like in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Steven guessed 48 hours.
I just thought if there's money
what I was getting at is it's way lower than you think.
I was gonna say, because when money's on the line and there's a lot of fat, lazy slobs, like there's someone out there that's like, I was made for this, but this is just a group of randos in Mongolia. If you did a worldwide laziest human being, dude, there's some people that are gonna dominate.
That's going
this.
weeks.
Yeah,
The problem though is if you're fat, Suk, like your fat is gonna just crush you, right?
No, dude, those 600-pound life. Those people haven't left bed sometimes in years.
I guess you just maneuvered around.
They've been training for this.
Yeah, someone out like if you did like $1 million on the line, there's big people out there that are like, this is it. I've been preparing for this my
Super
entire
Bowl.
life. Yes.
So this guy won $420. Okay, so there's not that much money on the line.
Yeah.
3,001.
Yeah, that's
as it is.
That's not. You're not getting anyone that's fighting through adversity and bed sores on this one.
So he made it. So within 24 hours, 186 had left. This guy made it. He outlasted two other people at 33 hours and 35 minutes.
33 hours.
Laying down. So.
Yeah. I mean,
that's not that long.
It's not.
But it's also an eternity probably when you're laying there in a diaper.
Yeah, but if you told me that there was $1 million on the line, that's going longer than 33 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if there's a world record for this.
You're also getting the really good competitors at that point.
Yeah.
The elites.
The Joey Chestnuts are showing up.
Right.
That's what I've learned no matter what. If you put a record or money behind it, the amount of humans that, who was the planking? Some dude planked, some old Marine. Dude, he planked for like 18 hours or something? Like, you can't plank. Like, I'll plank for like 45 seconds and be like, I want to die. Some dude did it for like 18 hours. Why? Because it was a world record. There's money on it. But this is just, it's Mongolia, and they're like, hey, anybody want to lay down for 30?
We all got skills. We all got a skill somewhere.
Yeah.
I just love that resting is now a sport. It's now like a fierce competition.
Can I bet on it?
Yeah, who would you bet on? Like if you strolled up to the laying down competition in the mall.
Yeah.
And there was a bookie. There was a window.
Yeah.
He had the little visor, the green visor, and he's taking bets. Who are you choosing? Like, what are you looking for?
It's got to be the fat guy.
I'm looking for the bigs. I mean, that sounds so awful, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm looking for the person that's 5 spins because they spend all day in bed.
That's where they're most comfortable.
Yeah. By the way, so I looked it up. The longest intentional laying down was 2021. There was a resting competition, and a guy in Montenegro did it for 117 hours.
God. Damn. This was amateur hour.
Yeah.
In Mongolia.
Yeah. Now, I do not know what what sort of bathroom situation it was or whatever. I mean, but yeah. 117 hours.
I got to do hold on. I got to pull out my phone.
That is.
How many days?
That's like 4.5.
Yeah, 5 days, roughly.
Yeah, 5 days.
Almost
give or take.
5. Yeah. Wow. God. I'd go crazy.
Yes. Well, like, they're on the weekends. My gal wakes up early or she has to wake up early for work. And so on the weekends, especially if we've had a couple, she wants to sleep in. I can't. I wake up the same time no matter what. My dog wakes me up too. Like he
I'm the same way. I don't get how you can sleep in.
Yeah, I can sleep in all day.
Do you can?
Yeah. Like I have to set an alarm if I want to get up by 9 o'clock.
Well, what time do you go to bed though?
I'm a night guy. Sometimes
So you're
12
up
to
late.
1, 12 or 1 around there.
Yeah, I'm up.
But wouldn't that be like, so if you went to bed earlier, you would wake up earlier? So in other words,
Not necessarily. I don't think so. I can't. I can't try because I can't fall asleep. But I don't think so. I think I would. I've always been a big sleeper.
I love that about you. Maybe I'd bet on you in the resting.
I might be. If I could just sleep the whole time, I might be good.
Well, like my kids are all home now for the holidays, and the other day we pulled like a 3 a.m.er. We were all just like hanging out, and I was like, "Oh my God, I need to go to bed." So we went to bed 2:45. Fell asleep by 3. 7:30. Hear the stupid dog sniffing around at me, and then I'm like, "Well, God, I'm up," and then I'm just up. Like I can't do it. But like sometimes on the weekend, my gal will want me to stay in bed. She just wants me there. It's like she like drapes the leg over you, and I can usually give you about an hour of playing on my phone and whatever, and then I just go. If I can't fall back asleep, I'm like, I will go insane. I have to get up.
Can you nap? Are you a napper?
Yeah, I can nap, but if
in the morning though, you can't nap right after.
No,
you woke
like
up.
if you don't fall asleep, like if I don't fall asleep, I've got maybe 45 minutes to an hour where I can lay in my bed and watch TV or play on my phone, and then I don't care. I have to get up. I will be like, this is dumb, and then she gets mad at me, and I'm like, I will wake up. She said, I don't want to. I'm like, well, then go back to bed. I'm getting up. I can't lay there. It drives me insane. I feel like the most unproductive, lazy, just laying there in bed. I can't do it.
All right, well, this guy can.
Someone said David Blaine. Yeah, I bet he could do that. Didn't he lay in like a coffin or something?
You do need to get this in America. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to have your elites.
The best and finest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think David Blaine laid in a coffin for a couple days. He's always doing weird crap like that.
I want to say he's overrated, but I don't think he is.
Oh, like he does.
I think he's pretty good, but he's not my thing.
Do you guys ever watch like the guys on TikTok that reveal all the magic tricks?
No.
Yeah.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah. But David Blaine, like his magic is really cool. I just don't find his weird stunts to be that's like, all right, you're laying in a coffin. Do me the when he does the street magic, I think that stuff's amazing.
Yeah.
But he's moved on to like the stunts, and while they're impressive, that's cool. You're hanging upside down and you didn't die for like a week, but I don't want to watch you hang upside down in Times Square. What does that do?
When's the last time he did a major stunt? It seems like it's been a while.
Yeah. Well, I think some of that has really hurt him. Like,
Yeah.
I think some
His
of those.
body's a mess.
I think some of those. Like he, like it damn near kills him. Like he ends up with really severe problems. Yeah, he was buried alive for a week.
Buried alive?
Yeah.
That was drowned alive as well.
Yeah, he went in a coffin, and he was in there for a week. He was frozen in ice for 63 hours. He held his breath for 17 minutes, and he lived in a plexiglass box over the Thames River for 44 days.
See, now he's smart, though. Now he's training people. That's his new thing. It says he's on Hulu and Disney Plus, and he just trains people to do it.
Consultant.
Yeah.
He stood on a 100-foot pillar for 35 hours without a harness or anything. He just stood. He had to stay there and focus, or he falls and dies for 35 hours.
So wait a minute. Go back to the buried alive one.
Yeah.
How long?
7 days.
Okay. What was the so he just lays in a coffin for 7 days?
Yeah.
Underground?
Yeah. It was like a test of endurance.
Well, you're right. The dive of death. He was just hung upside down without a safety net for 60 hours.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah. And some of that stuff, like what people like, that stuff will kill you. Remember the guy was spelunking in Utah, and he went head down in the tunnel and got stuck. And apparently, like, you die if you're upside down for a certain period of time. Like, it kills you. But this dude, like, he trains his body to do unnatural things. But it really, I saw an interview with him once. And he says like it messes up his kidneys and his liver, and like he's cut years off his body doing these dumb stunts.
So could anybody be buried alive for 7 days? Like, if you have enough air.
I think it's an idea of like mental and physical. He really trains hard for this stuff. You would go.
Well, he would have won the lying down contest.
Yes, I think your brain would turn to mush, or you would tap out, or you.
Does he need the $420?
I think he's okay.
Yeah, he says. I googled him. Apparently, he's hanging him up.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where he's got probably 10, 20, 30, 40 million, whatever. And
by the way, the one in there
don't
that
die anymore.
You kind of glossed over it. The fact that he held his breath for 17 minutes, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like that, I didn't even think that was possible.
Does David Blaine live a cool life?
He does. I read an article on him recently.
Did he hang out with like Leo?
He hangs out with like Leo DiCaprio. He runs in that circle.
That is cool.
And they all swear by him. They think he's great.
Dude, that dude is knee deep in skush.
There's magic.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Magic groupies.
Yeah, I'm looking here at.
I bet they're a little weird.
I'm looking here at his.
A little goth. A
little magic. A lot weird.
Well, he was with Fiona Apple for a long time.
She's goth.
She's super like
Isn't she?
She's
Or wasn't
goth,
she?
emo, whatever. But he was also with a bunch. I'm looking through his girlfriends.
Yeah.
David Blaine's doing.
It's a who's who, isn't it?
It's a who's who. Like, and they're all models.
He's intriguing. He's mysterious and intriguing.
Well, yeah.
Hell, I'd date him.
I don't know. Like, dude,
Well, I mean,
we all know he's like in really good shape, where he's like ripped, and he's mysterious, and he's got a bunch of money, and he's famous. Like, any one of those things is enough to get you a model. You put them all together, and you're hanging out with Leo. I mean, come on.
Well, he's got a good intro line too. He's like, "Hey, babe, I can make this disappear. Want to see?"
What do you think his net worth is?
20?
He's got a lot of money?
15, 20? I don't know.
Probably.
He's done a bunch of stuff. He's probably doing fine.
40 million.
Yeah.
According to CelebrityNetWorth.com.
More than I thought.
That's high. Yeah, that's
pretty good.
That's good life.
Well,
Pretty good little life.
If you're at a bar or you're at some, I don't know, you're at some celebrity thing, and you're like, oh, like I'm hanging out with Leo. You know he's just around models. You imagine all the sleight of hand, cool stuff that you're telling me that isn't the ultimate icebreaker? Is he's just doing some sort of super cool, like that gets someone's attention right away. I know magic isn't necessarily viewed as like a panty dropper, but I'm guessing when you do it at that level and you look like that guy, yeah, you'd probably sleep with him. The right circumstances.
Seduce me.
Yeah, it would work.
All right. Well, the winner of the lying down contest, 33 hours and 35 minutes. Congratulations to that man in Mongolia who wins $420 and 3,000 yen
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yen?
Yeah. What is it?
Well,
won.
won is Korean, I think. I don't know what the Mongolians
YUAN is what he won.
That's won.
Yeah, he won that. All right, coming up next, the latest on AI. But first, here's Steven with SportsCenter.
Now, Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on Fan, Oregon Ducks. They have advanced to the College Football Playoff semifinal by defeating Texas Tech yesterday early in the morning, 23-0. Freshman Jordan Davison, 2 rushing touchdowns on the ground, while the other big-time freshman, Brandon Finney Jr. on the defensive side, 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery for that dominant Duck defense. Next up, Oregon's going to take on Indiana, who crushed Alabama at the Rose Bowl. Indiana, a 4-point favorite over the Oregon Ducks. It's going to be a 4:30 kickoff for that one from Atlanta. Keep it locked in on the Fan all next week for your coverage of the Oregon Ducks. And the Trailblazers back in action tonight after a couple days off. They're in New Orleans taking on the Pelicans. Start of the third quarter, Trailblazers up 67-57. Denny Avdia leading the way. The All-Star, 23 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Blazers were 3.5-point favorites coming into it. Trailblazers won 2 in a row, looking for a third win as they take on the worst team in the Western Conference, New Orleans Pelicans. Oregon Ducks went on the road and defeated Maryland. Well, will defeat Maryland. Less than a minute left in the game. Ducks up 62-51. Going to get a win over the Terrapins. And big NFL weekend as the Steelers and Ravens face off to be AFC North champions. And both teams got some good news. TJ Watt says he feels no limitations from his punctured lung. He will play. And for the Ravens, MVP quarterback Lamar Jackson, he's been up and down and hurt a lot this season, but he fully practiced today. He'll be good to go. Big-time game on Sunday night. And earlier in the week, on Saturday, tomorrow, Seahawks travel to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers in that one for the 1 seed in the NFC. Seahawks 2.5-point road favorites. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday.
Grok know what's going on under there?
It doesn't. It kind of just
kind of makes something.
Makes something up. So it's like, Grok, put me in a thong bikini, or put me in this, and so people are playing around with it. It kind of started as this fun, cheeky thing, and now it's turned dark in a shocking turn of events, because people are doing it with celebrities, people that are doing it with younger people. It's and you don't know what's real and what. It's just it's kind of a thing right now that X is having a bit of a kerfuffle.
As most things on Twitter and X, it got weird real quick.
It got weird. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I don't use Grok.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't have anything. I
use ChatGPT.
Do you?
Yeah, just for random things like answers. It's just a better.
The only one I use, like the Google one, is on my phone. That's the only one.
I am halfway curious as to what kind of package Grok would give me. You know what I mean?
You can do it. You just post a photo of yourself.
Maybe it will help.
And you're like, hey, take my. Although most of the time you say take your clothes off, they just put you like in some underwear or whatever. But you could say put me in a thong, and it will
make me naked.
Yeah.
Can you say give me a bigger package?
I think you can.
Probably could. Yeah.
I mean, trust me. If you scroll Twitter and you just you like Grok or whatever, there's a lot of this going on right now, and I'm like, this is what we're doing with our time, people.
Yes, it is.
All right. Why not?
We have a new dystopian study published in the journal Royal Society Open Science.
Okay.
And it is saying that not only is AI slop taking over the internet, it's becoming indistinguishable from the real deal.
Yeah.
Scientists have found that people cannot tell the difference between human and AI-generated faces without special training.
Yeah.
Recently, TikTok users blew the whistle on AI-generated deepfake doctors who were scamming social media users with unfounded medical advice.
Yeah, this is the problem now. It's like no one knows what's real. Like when you see something, your first instinct is like, especially if it's something controversial or like a little awkward, and you're like, and you're like, how? And it's not just like photos; it's video and language, and it's getting harder and harder to believe anything.
But I think kids can recognize it really quickly. Like I'm guessing Casey can probably decipher what is AI video, what's not, better than me.
Well, this is saying that they are having to now design training programs to help you figure it out. And they're not long. It doesn't take long. Things to look for. But there are glitches, in the AI-generated faces, such as the face having like a middle tooth or a weird hairline or skin texture that doesn't look quite right.
Yeah.
But they found in this study that most people could not tell the difference.
I always do that. If something seems too out there or too strange, it's usually fake, especially if it's a celebrity. But that's the problem, is that we're into this thing now. If you get caught doing something, everyone's like, "Oh, it's not me. It's AI. It's fake."
The teams tested out the technique by running a series of experiments contrasting the performance of a group of typical recognizers and super recognizers. Have you heard of these people?
I have not.
Super recognizers?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, they're people who excel at facial recognition tasks. That's what they do, which would be a really cool superpower. The latter participants, who were sourced from the Greenwich Face and Voice Recognition Lab volunteer database, had reportedly ranked in the top 2% of individuals in exams where they had to recall unfamiliar faces. In the first test, organizers displayed a face on screen and gave participants 10 seconds to determine if it was real or fake. Typical recognizers spotted only 30% of fakes. The super recognizers caught 41%, less than if they just randomly guessed. The second experiment was almost identical, except it involved a new group of guinea pigs who had received the aforementioned 5-minute training video. The test takers were shown 10 faces and evaluated on their AI detection accuracy in real time, culminating in a review of common rendered mistakes.
The problem that I have with this is I think I would do an okay job if you showed me real photos versus AI photos. The problem is everything is retouched now. I don't know anyone that posts like real photos anymore. Everything is retouched. Like it's nuts. Like anytime you see something on Facebook or you see something out there, it's been retouched. And so it's like you can tell when something's a real photo because someone's got a zit or you can find a wrinkle or whatever. But when you see everything that's been smoothed out with a Photoshop or whatever, that to me is where it would be impossible, because the AI generation one, it's going to be perfect, right? There'll be no flaws in your skin. It's going to be, I would assume it's going to be perfect, but that's how everyone's posting everything now. In fact, I saw a thing recently where they were saying that dating apps were struggling with this, that men and women, but mostly women, were using AI-generated photos of themselves on their dating profile.
Ooh, cool.
And they don't think there's anything wrong with it because they're like, well, it's me. But it's not you. It's an AI version of yourself. But people are now saying that those are better photos of me. And as long as it's of me, what's the harm? We're even at that point now where we're not even using real photos of ourselves. We're like, AI, make a better version of myself without any flaws. And there it is.
So once they took the training program, 51% of the normal facial recognizers got it right, and 64% of the super recognizers got it right. And so even with a training program,
half
super recognizers ID'd 64%, only 64% of fake faces.
And I'm guessing that as this goes on and gets better and better, that number is going to get lower and lower and lower to the point where we have no idea what's real and what's not. Because what could possibly be the harm in that? No one besides me. I know it's not no one besides me, but I'm just amazed at how many people are like, oh, this is where we're at.
Nothing I can do about it.
I guess.
Bye, bitch. I'm too dumb. I can't worry about things like this.
Yeah.
Well, they could definitely take your voices and make a whole radio show if they wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, we had that once.
Yeah, we had before you got here, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
We had a BYU Kansas football breakdown AI of our voices. And I will say it was not very good.
No, but
I'm much more stellar.
It's going to get better and better and better.
Yeah,
you can't capture the originalists.
Yeah, the je ne sais quoi is not there.
Oh.
Well, like they do it on like the NBA on NBC and Peacock. They brought back the old dead guy for the rejoin.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, and Collinsworth, was it Collinsworth or Tirico that gave them permission? I think it might have been the Olympics. Tirico allowed them to use AI Mike Tirico, and he called highlights and did promos, and it wasn't him. I think Collinsworth might have done it for one of the football
But then he
things
still
too.
gets paid on that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
What if they just paid us and they just did an AI show? Perfect.
I mean, I don't know. I just it's my
We've
oldest
been on for 20 years.
It is my oldest take. It is my oldest man take that I just don't see any benefit to any of this stuff. Because we're not going to use it responsibly. We're not going to stop.
Well, that's the problem is it's not responsible.
Well, how long did it take for Grok to be undress me, and now people are doing it with 13-year-olds?
It turned into porn real quick.
Too long as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, already we're already in a fine line. There was an influencer, I don't remember what her name was, but there was headlines this weekend. I guess she turned 18 and had started a buildup, for a month or whatever, a countdown clock. She turned 18, put out the OnlyFans link, and she broke the record. I think it was $3 million in an hour.
That is so gross. So gross.
I can't blame her.
You had dudes just sitting there waiting, 18. So
Happy New Year.
Had she sent out that link when she was 16, do we not think that she would have broken the record at 10 million? Nothing good is happening. It's all bad.
Well, we're bad anyway, so even if there weren't AI,
we're just doing
a bunch of horn dogs.
Yeah, we're doing the what is it,
don't blame AI, it's us.
It's us.
Thanks, Strone Moore.
Yeah, there you
right.
go. Although I showed Steven the gal that the OnlyFans Instagram model that Sharon Moore was trying, and he was like, I don't know about 25 million, but it
makes sense.
You get it. Yeah. You seen this gal Tom Brady's been kissing up on?
Yeah, she's an influencer too, right? She's in her 20s.
Sure is. She's 23.
Boy, what if him and Bill, right? They Wonder Twin powers activate.
23. What's he? Is he 50? No, he's not 50.
Yeah, I think he's 50.
But his face is only 5.
That's true. I'm telling you, dude, he's getting that Keith Urban face. Careful, Tom.
All right, we'll be right back. Wrap it up on The Fan.
The Fan Sports Network is your home for the college football playoff.
Touchdown, Texas Tech!
Every game of the college football playoff heard on 105.1 FM.
He posted a very emotional.
Is it Alex,
Instagram.
but with an X?
Well, it's
Well, I guess-
Alex is always with an X.
Yeah, I
but
guess
it's
this was
Alex
with
with
an
an I. ALIX.
Which I find annoying, much like Steven with a PH.
Yeah, Alex Earl is her name. She is a smoke show.
Yep, she's an influencer.
And she's 25. I said 23. She's actually 25. She was in St. Bart's with Tom's Braids on New Year's Eve.
Oh, mean.
And now the sketty is they're going to do it. God, how great is that? Boy, first of all, score for her.
Yeah.
Score for him.
Yeah.
Score for Braxton. Everybody wins here.
Everyone wins.
You know?
Everyone wins. You know, and
now Braids is going to have a couple other younger kids. Yeah, and by the way, he's 48. He's not 50 yet.
Okay.
So
do
he's.
Do you think the Belichick thing really made it so he had to go out and get someone young?
No.
Did that influence him?
I don't. I just think
I think it's awkward that his 19-year-old son is looking at the girlfriend like, "Hey, Dad, she got some friends."
That probably is pretty awkward.
I would
yes.
think so. You know. Whoops.
A little weird. Although 19's a little young for a 25-year-old. So let's be fair.
He's competitive though, Rob. He's looking at Bill like, I can get a hotter 25-year-old than him.
Well, to be fair,
maybe.
I
But
gotta
he's
win.
got him throw. But see, the difference is Belichick doesn't have anybody throwing themselves at him.
Yes,
Brady does.
Yeah. Look,
right and left.
There's two differences here. One, Bill
He's an
paid
old fat
Bill
grandpa.
Bill paid for his, and while Tom
You're
is
telling me Jordan Hudson doesn't love Bill Belichick for Bill Belichick?
yeah, whereas Tom, well, he's going to pay for this one too, but it's a different kind of payment. This is going to be. I think she approached Tom, and there was a mutual, and
Right, where Bill approached Jordan.
Yeah, and I think there was a like, how much?
What's your Venmo?
Yeah. These are two totally different things, but the same.
Send me your QR code.
He helped her with her quote homework. One is a predatory relationship, and one is a mutual understanding of. You may look like a middle-aged lesbian, but you're the greatest quarterback of all time. You're still pretty handsome.
I can't
and
even
you're in
imagine.
great shape. And Tom's like, you're 25 and hot.
But doesn't
So-
that like if you're Braxton Berrios, you're kind of like, yeah,
right?
yeah, we broke up. Now Tom Brady's with her. It's like,
Well, and I'm guessing that Braxton Berrios has probably moved on to another influencer hot.
yeah, I'll tell you what, she's pretty hot, man.
The Instagram thing has really changed the athletes.
It's much easier now.
It's way easier now.
You used to have to actually go hunt it up.
Yeah.
Well, they'd be at the hotels and
Yeah,
stuff.
it'd be at the hotels, and you'd have to go out, and guys would go to the. I've told the story, but Warren Sapp, it was great. He'd walk into Mons Venus, and he would make a lap around, and he would pick 2 or 3, and then they would just leave with him. Now you don't have to do that. You just,
pick up your phone.
Yeah, pick up the phone.
Check your DMs, man. Yeah. When you're Tom Brady, don't I know this?
Yeah. The other one that DMs me is like a guy named Joel.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Your comments the other day about the Lions were stupid. Meanwhile, I have Alex Earl, like, you up?
Yeah.
She's saying, sup?
Or someone giving me the password to like a $4 million bank account, and they can only trust me. I get those a lot too.
All right. Hey, nice to have young Steven on the program, our new producer moving forward. So we will be back Monday, 3 to 7. Everybody have a great weekend. Good night.
Red ships of Spain. Red ships of Spain.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard